adjust your levels because this stuff gets loud.
Okay, so last time you guys teleported out of the underground giant ruin that was the tomb of the storm giant king Eric Shadowspeaker, and you guys teleported out and parted ways with the archaeologist cat person that had gone with you. And when you were going to possibly awaken the winter wolf Fenrir, um, he had gone off somewhere, according to Morningwood. So you followed him, and he was drawn to a person ish that was trapped inside a tree, or maybe the tree grew around them or something like that. And this person was the head. The head is they're still alive, but they're just a head, and they are a Gitzerai from many many years ago, and they were drawn here because of portents, because they are a circle of stars druid. And now that they can see this crazy green aurora that you guys may or may not have caused, it
Totally our
they were
fault.
they were convinced to follow you along on your quest to discover where the portents lead and to see if they perhaps were drawn here in the first place for just that purpose. And after that, you guys finally blew the conch, which you got from Iron Slag, which
Blew the conch.
after you convinced the
Yep.
Dwarven King of Felbar and his wife to go with you, and you appeared in the Maelstrom in the underwater fortress of the Storm Giants. And there was some hostility toward you there, and a few of the Storm Giants wanted you to speak to their current leader, the Princess Sarissa, and others wanted you executed. And when you were brought into the throne room, you all recognized the ancient blue dragon Imrith in her guise as a storm giant, and she seemingly had infiltrated the storm giant court and had been manipulating them for possibly quite some time. But you guys successfully managed to diffuse the situation and convince, at least raise enough suspicion about Imrith that she decided to snatch the scepter of Coralnar from the princess, which controls the
And punched
Wormskull
her to the
throne,
face.
and punched her in the face and teleported away. And without the scepter, the throne immediately started shocking her shit out of her. And after you guys pulled her off of the throne, she decided that the one lead that she had in her father's disappearance could not be, she could not follow it. She needed a what they call small folk to follow it for her. And despite the complaints from her sisters and others, she asked you to help her to track down the missing Storm Giant King. And that seems to align with speculation you've heard before. I believe it was from Zephyros or maybe someone else about how perhaps the all these giant lords have been causing so much havoc because the Storm Giant King's out of commission. Well, that is true apparently. And the clue that she gave you was a wooden, essentially poker chip that is, where'd it go?
The goose.
Yeah, the golden goose.
As soon as you put that up there, I immediately remembered it.
And I thought there was a pretty good chance that no one would ever remember what it was, and I would have to give you tons of hints. But luckily, someone did.
Hector is overly suspicious if you haven't noticed.
On the, I believe it was second session, maybe third, you guys gambled on a
Yeah, it was the
floating.
one before we met Carver, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
you guys gambled on the
Zephyros
floating.
stole our money.
Yep, it was a floating casino, and Zephyros gambled with you guys and won a lot
Cheated.
with used magic and
Cheated.
won a lot of money. And
The power of cheating.
so apparently that chip, whoever the people are that run that casino, seem to possibly have some kind of connection to the death of the Storm Giant Queen and the disappearance of the king. And the reason that Sarissa is convinced that her father is still alive is because the Worm Skull. I don't remember if she said this to you guys, but she would have. The Worm Skull throne is still attuned because it's a magic item.
Yeah, she said, yeah, because I told her I suspect King Hecton's still alive, and she's like, yeah, I know that. It's because the throne's still here.
Yeah, the throne is still attuned. So if he died, he would have lost the attunement, and that hasn't happened. So she believes he's still alive. And all scrying magic has failed to find him, including the Oracle of the Allfather, which you guys spoke to before. Even that could not find him.
That's basically Anam, the god of the giants.
Yeah. So you guys decided to teleport to Luskin, and you guys have now arrived out near the One-Eyed Jack. And the One-Eyed Jack is the tavern where you guys have
Got
stayed
Morin-
before.
Morin and Tith in tow, right?
They are with you, yes.
Awesome.
They went in expecting a battle, but it was fortunate that there was not one.
Somehow,
I was
there wasn't a
slightly
battle.
worried.
I was really hoping for a battle.
I was hoping not for a battle.
Well, considering who it would have been with, I don't think you wanted a battle.
No, I knew I didn't want a battle.
Now, if I'm remembering correctly, we've teleported here. I'm still butt naked and don't have any weapons, so whoever's been carrying my stuff. May I
What?
please have my garments?
And
Yeah, I don't know who's got your stuff. Sorry.
the halfling druid Tith, she says, was that the infamous ancient dragon Imrith who is called the Doom of the Desert, who has sacked all settlements in the entire Anarok Desert? Is that the same Imrith that you were talking about earlier?
No, probably just a political player who took on the name of Emirith. But we will soon see if the powers are.
The actor is
That
going
of the Doom of
to
the Dead.
slap Kronos on his head.
I will dodge it.
Make a dexterity save.
You better believe it.
Yeah, I guess you dodged it. Yes, that was the very same Imrith.
Morin says, "Well, if y'all ever need to fight something like that, an ancient dragon, I'll have your back. I've never killed an ancient dragon before."
Yes, we need its hide for Darley's second weapon.
I'm going to attempt to slap Kronos again.
If that old dragon's been pulling strings and causing some of this chaos around here, I'll kill her. I'll help you kill her, right? And then his wife's like, maybe.
I give Morn like a little nudge and a little like head nod, that upward head nod, like I got your back, bro. That kind of like, not actually speaking, but just giving that like that nonverbal acknowledgement, like I'm with you. We'll do it. We'll take care of it.
We shouldn't
Now,
underestimate how
Is Mimir a
Ymir, right?
celestial?
Ymir.
Ymir.
Yeah.
Ymir.
It's just Ymir.
It's Ymir.
Is Ymir still in the form of a celestial dragon, or is he back to a head?
I'm ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna put you into my sweet cauldron cage that I created for you,
Dope.
and I'll be like, "Let us talk to the commander of Luskin."
Are you gonna walk around in public with it?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's in a perforated cauldron, so yeah, I'd assume people would probably be freaked out about it, but not as much as my fucking face.
You could just put a blanket over it and I'll just take a nap.
Apparently, he's been asleep for thousands of years.
Is
so-
Ymir like a dog where you can just cover its eyes and after like a few seconds it goes to sleep?
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, it's dark outside. It's time to go to bed.
Yeah, I'll cover him with the cloak of Lothlorien, and it just looks like I'm a hunchbacked toad man.
Well, since he is just ahead, it probably didn't take that much. Was it melatonin or something to flood his brain to tell him it's time for bedtime?
And
No
I-
clue.
Tith says, "Well, what's your plan now?"
The actor's gonna say, "Well, I'd hope we would teleport here because what we're looking for is," and he holds up the poker chip or the gambling chip, whatever it is. We're looking for the floating casino that this came from. Grand Dame, I think it was. Yeah, the Grand Dame. If anyone would know where that ship's going to be or where it's docked, it would be Captain Zoltan? Can't
Zoltan Zorn.
remember. Oh, it's both.
Yeah. Captain Zorn.
If anyone would know of where a ship like that would be making port, it would be him. Let's see here. So, yeah, we gotta go with the red one-eyed jacks, don't we?
Morin says, "Well, we're not too good at detective work. We may head back soon, but I wouldn't mind having a drink with you first."
That's fair. Have you ever had fried fish?
Yeah,
Just wait till you meet the captain of Luskin. He's full of fucking fantastical magical weapons.
I've never drunk with Luskin pirates before. I mean, excuse me, reputable sailors.
Hector nods at you. Now you're getting it. So Hector's gonna head into the one-eyed jacks.
All right, it is afternoon now, early afternoon, and
So it ain't quite crazy yet.
yeah, there's some sailors drinking, some people eating meals in groups, and it's not too loud in here. There's a few pairs of people off in corners talking quietly, looking shady as usual.
I mean,
Nothing out of the ordinary here.
that is completely to be expected.
And then one of the waiters or the people working there says, "Oh, hey friends, I'll go see if the captain's around. He didn't expect you back so soon." It's one of these
Kind of just dropped in.
it's one of these young men, mysterious young men that work for him that all have guns and
Yeah,
seem to be highly trained.
everybody's got guns. I guess actor's gonna go find a spot at the bar. Since it ain't too crowded yet.
All right.
I'm gonna ask the bartender.
Do you have a straw? Very long one.
We have paper straws.
Excellent. I'll take your longest straw.
We only have paper straws. They're biodegradable.
I don't give a shit. Give me two of those.
I like how in this pirate town, it's like we only use paper straws. 'cause
Yeah, they're
Environmentally
They
conscious, okay?
yeah, they're environmentally conscious. Just leave them alone.
I'll take two.
I
I'm
know that
gonna-
like paper straw's gonna be like thick so that it can withstand a liquid, but I like to imagine that it's literally paper thin.
Yeah, might just actual
All
paper.
I'm going to basically order what the Forgotten Realms equivalent of a Long Island iced tea is. Basically everything mixed into one.
Okay.
Just splash some to make it taste good. And I'm going to attach 2 straws in unison and then in tandem, and then I'll try to feed it into my backpack for Boy Ymir. Yeah, I don't know how long it's been since you've had a drink, but try this shit.
Oh God.
little splash of milk of the pop. Somebody's just gonna be out for days.
Out of character. I'll take another shot.
Out of character.
I mean, Ymir is a psionic Githzerai, so his brain probably uses 10 times more fuel than normal, so he might actually require the same amount of fuel as normal people with a full body.
But what does alcohol do to him?
But he also has no digestive system, so I don't know.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
just a
wondering-
head, so
Yeah.
goes right to the
It,
blood.
the psychic person drunk who uses their mind when their mind is inebriated.
I don't know that I have a bloodstream for alcohol to affect.
That's true.
You have
Yeah,
a
if we're gonna
brain.
get into the science of needing a body, needing a digestive tract and a bloodstream, then I
Didn't he
think we
just
can
eat?
also.
Didn't he just eat
Rule
it
out-
and
Yeah, he
magically
ate it. No, he
disappeared?
just ate it,
So
just
he's gonna
disappeared.
drink and it's gonna magically.
I think if we're gonna go that far,
Probably.
there's no bloodstream to to get him drunk with to bring that alcohol up to his brain, then I think we can safely say that he's just dead without a body. Just
No,
dead.
but I'm alive because of magic.
Yeah, pretty
Drink
much.
magic.
Yeah, but
You
beer doesn't magically make you drunk. It gets into your bloodstream, and that's how you get drunk. So it's not magic. If beer made you drunk magically, I think it probably still affect me.
It's
So
true.
what
And it
would
can
the
keep you
effect of
alive
a-
and let you get drunk too.
What would the
Yeah.
effect of a Long Island iced tea have on something that is just a head?
Let me ask Google.
What you say?
Let me Google that real quick.
Don't swallow it. You just let it sit in your mouth and absorb. It's
I'm gonna
like,
commune. I'm gonna cast commune with the digital gods.
I bet.
Yep.
I bet if you tweeted the D&D guy, Chris Perkins or whatever, and asked him the specific situation, he'd probably immediately tweet an answer.
That's true, but I don't have Twitter.
Probably
Yes,
ask
but true. Is nothing better to do.
He's probably encountered the same situation before.
Like,
I'm
well, that's not
watching
happening.
the debate for the 4th time, but to answer your question,
Okay, so after you guys have been in here for maybe 15 minutes,
Sure.
Hector, you notice the lights dim slightly, and you look around, and it appears to you that everyone in the room is frozen. No one's moving at all,
Oh.
except for you.
Hector has a bad feeling about this.
What do you do?
Let's see, everything's frozen. Except for me. The lights have dimmed. Hector's gonna turn around in his stool.
The bartender is mid-pour, and the liquid is spilling out in midair, just stopped.
I think I know what's going on. I'm gonna turn around and see if there's somebody standing behind me.
There's not, but you can hear something thumping and scratching at the door, and then it's pulled open, and a large figure shoves themselves through the door because they're too big to fit through it. Let me see here. It is a
It's a slot,
Scale-
isn't it?
It is a scaled winged figure with horns, red scales, with a purple cape, and he's looking straight at you. He's the only thing in the
Oh.
room that's moving.
Oh shit. Another
There he
Abishai?
is. No, this this guy. So if
God
I don't
damn
know
it.
if you were following this, but the last time I summoned, okay, so this could be for one of two reasons.
Wait, we
So-
have to fill in Tommy what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tommy, at some point we summoned a green Abishai from a toilet, like a giant toilet, and he was
He was
like,
really upset about it.
yes, I will ask my superiors to help you. And then like 10 seconds later, not even 10 seconds, I'd say like setting later, I summoned a black Abishai to kill that green Abishai. And now we have a red Abishai coming out of nowhere.
So
No,
yes,
He's-
another fucking Abishai.
This is some more Tiamat bullshit. So
No, the thing is, like, so we don't know what business he's on yet, so we got to ask and see why he's here. He could be here for a couple of things.
The Green Abishai said the second time you summoned him, I believe, that his superior would be speaking to you.
Yeah, and he said not to contact him till then, or don't anyway. So
Well, Hector, you would know that Red Abishai are incredibly powerful, and they answer directly to Tiamat.
so that makes sense. So that's
God
like
damn it. So we're all time stalked while he's having this conversation, right?
Yes.
oh yeah.
Okay.
Am I affected by the time stop?
Yes.
You're
Okay.
you're drunk also, so
Yeah.
You are drunk.
You are
Can't
drunk.
escape.
And he approaches you, Hector, and he says in Draconic, "I've been waiting to speak to you for a long time."
Hector's gonna reply also in Draconic. Are you perchance maybe the original Abishai who made the deal for this? And I'm gonna hold up the Draconic tome.
No, but I am very aware of that book's history. The mother has had her eyes on you for some time.
Oh no.
I'm here to offer you a gift.
oh shit!
All you have to do is perform a very simple, small act. Just not to prove subservience, but simply to prove your respect. I can grant you the gift to manifest your true power, your true blood.
Oh no. All right.
Spooky.
I can grant you the power to change your shape into that of a dragon, a full dragon.
Oh shit!
Yeah, but what's the catch? We gotta listen to the deal.
Yeah, it's a soul. I mean,
I require only, as I said, a very small act of respect for our mother.
Very
In-
well. What's required?
Here on your plane, there's a dwarven city called Citadel Felbar. I believe you know of it.
I'm very familiar.
In the market district, there is a small shrine, and inside that shrine, it is kept by a blue dragonborn, an old man. He keeps a shrine there to the platinum dragon. Kill him. He is a defenseless old man. This would be very easy. This is a very easy task.
What are you doing?
Very well.
Do this, and I will speak to you again.
Very well.
And then you blink, and then suddenly your ears are filled with voices and sloshing drinks, and the red Abishai is just gone, and all the people are back to moving like normal. And all of you,
done with this drink.
all of you suddenly just you smell some kind of weird smoky sulfurous smell. All of a sudden, you can all
Gavin,
smell
did you
it.
burp? That stinks. Smells like a poached egg gone wrong.
Oh man, this just got really spicy. All right, let me write this down.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
is-
what am
What
I
is
talking
character development?
It's Hector is now drinking from his flask again. You haven't seen him drink from his flask in a while, but he's now drinking again. He's in fact just down the whole flask.
I'm gonna approach Hector. What's the matter, you fucking lightweight? You seem distraught.
Hector just looks at you. He obviously looks distraught. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're drunk, you bastard.
Hector's gonna start like just eating tons of bread to try to, because he's stress eating.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna vomit into your bread bowl.
Oh.
Why?
There's some gravy for you, you bastard. So
Slots can't handle the liquor, so
You're like 3 feet tall and 40 pounds.
what are you saying? I'll mess you up.
fall face down.
And just a couple minutes later, you see a looming mass of multicolored feathers on the
that's gotta be.
enormous hat of Captain Zoltan Zorn with his half-elven ears and his eye patch and his flamboyant clothes and his rapier that's gem encrusted. And he comes out of the back room and walks toward you all, takes off his massive hat, and gives you all a bow.
From the ground, I'll say Praetorian, and I'll pass out.
Good to see you all back. Do you have business here in my city, or did you just come to enjoy my incredible place of pleasure here? Huh? Perhaps I can provide you with something?
Hector's got to clear his throat and just he's kind of rubbing his forehead. Actually, we had come here maybe seeking your aid because we're trying to find. Do you know of the gambling ship, the Grand Dane?
Oh, yes. It's Dryland. I believe he should be around here. Perhaps should be about tonight or tomorrow, depending on the weather.
Oh, do you mean he's actually making port here in Luskin?
Yes, he comes through here occasionally. You know, some of the less responsible sailors in Luskin often come home from shipping journeys with large amounts of gold and sometimes aren't wise enough to conserve it for very long. When the Grand Dame shows up, they often lose a lot of gold. Of course, I encourage all of my men not to make such bad decisions, but
All right, we have some business with the master of that ship. So it's fortunate we managed to come here then.
I've heard some disreputable tales about Lord Dryland. I don't know what's true and what's not, of course. He's involved in various types of business beyond gambling.
That's certainly fair. We're not accusing him or anything. We just think he may have clues as to the next part of our investigation.
His bouncer of sorts, she's a sorcerer called Pao Ming. She is somewhat aggressive, abrasive perhaps. I've had run-ins with her before. If she gives you any trouble, just let me know.
I don't know if I should introduce Morin and Tith. Unless they would introduce themselves, I'm sure. I don't know.
I mean, the captain would definitely introduce himself
who
to
they-
them. Yeah, he would have a conversation with them probably, but we don't have to. We don't have to do
Okay.
NPC conversations on. We'll just
No,
assume
that's
it's
fine.
happening off screen.
All right. Where's Darley? Is he here?
I mean,
Probably
Darley's just
not
been,
in the bar, is he?
I think he'd be in the bar eating,
Oh,
drinking.
ordering like
Uh.
triple what a normal person would have so that we could feed his squirrels.
Yes. Most people just assume it's because he's a big Goliath. No, it's to feed his squirrels.
Do you have a nice spring salad that I could order two of?
Well, hey, they have biodegradable straws. They might have a spring salad.
Do you have a spring salad for my squirrels?
Roll perception to see how many man buns are employed in this building.
Probably a lot. And then you see in the nearby table, Morin is admiring a shiny gun that he's borrowed from the captain. He's holding it as if he has no clue how it works. It's just like an object that he's just holding in his hands.
Wow.
But it is a very artistic weapon. It's engraved and all that shit, and really shiny.
Cronus is going to attempt to wake up. What do I need to roll for that?
Constitution save.
Before he wakes up, I wanted to do something here.
Okay.
Oh shit.
With Carver not really having like probably the best practical sense of humor, but an attempt at trying. I want to cast tongues on Kronos, and I don't know what is Kronos wearing or holding or something like preferably wearing, like has he got a hat or anything like
No,
that?
I have like a cloak and it's like billowing over the back of this giant perforated cauldron
Shirt
that look like
or
a
anything?
hunchback frog. Yeah.
Shirt on or something like that, or does he go like bare chested or something?
He's not bare chested. He has like a vest. He has like this weird vest
Yeah,
on.
that's to work, and I'll just cast light on the vest and make it I don't know what color, like bright pink. and I'll give him like 5 of lay on hands to cure poisons, which I believe should cure, maybe help him with his Constitution save, something like that. Yeah, I can give him guidance go along with that too to help him wake up, just so that when he wakes up, he's just bombarded by all of this. Suddenly, just everything he can understand, like all the different languages in the place, it makes sense to him, and he's got this bright pink light right under his chin, and just shit's just going bonkers.
This is overwhelming.
And you successfully wake up with that con save to that.
I'll wake up speaking Elvish and I'll just say, "Oh my god."
With tongues, I think you still speak whatever language you speak, or languages that you can speak, but other creatures can understand you even if they don't understand your language, and you can understand every other language that anything else can speak.
Sure. I'll wake up and say, "Oh my god." What the fuck, for sure.
A lot of spells at my disposal that I can make jokes with. So.
Ector's trying to look at you, but you're glowing extremely bright pink, and he can't really look directly at you.
Is everything okay, Frogman? You're very bright.
Oh, I'm good, bae. I'm just gonna do the double hand like swoop movement with my wrists. Both hands just no. Can't stop.
and it's been not even 5 minutes, and they are already pushing aside some tables in the other part of the room, and King Morin and the Captain Zorn are already clashing swords together, sparring with each other. And Morin's
Oh
sword
God!
is
In the
enormous,
middle of
and he's swinging it really hard, and the captain's basically just sidestepping it. And he has this rapier that he's like flicking it around, and they're
oh God.
everyone in the but a lot of people around him are like laughing and cheering about it.
Well, yeah, because Moran looks like the man of war. He's like 15 weapons on him.
Yeah, pretty much.
By the way, I don't know if tongues or light might count as a beneficial spell on a friendly creature, but if so, then Kronos would also have a surge of electrical energy at 2d6 lightning damage to the next spell or weapon attack.
I'm gonna make a lighthearted, like flick of the wrists towards Luskin, the Luskin captain,
Hmm.
and it's gonna actually zap him with electrical energy, not unlike Sheev.
Accidentally force lightning someone. Nice.
Like
Right.
surrender.
Does he need to does he need to roll a saving throw or something for that?
Sure, a dexterity save.
Alright, let me pull up a stat block. No, I don't want to pay $3 to unlock a stat block on D&D Beyond. I'll find it somewhere else.
It's probably dexterous.
Do you have a stat block for the good Captain of Luskin?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, his dexterity is only 22.
God damn, dude.
Nice.
He can river dance you to death.
Yeah.
My
Um,
spell save DC is 16, by the way.
his dex save was a 17.
His dexterity is 22.
It's a lot
But
of
can he
dex.
speak differential equations?
No.
No, he does speak six
Any-
languages, but
Inequalities are lost to this man.
If he loses his body, will he still be alive?
no.
Amateur.
If he loses his head, he will in fact die.
In fact. You need to be careful where you're pointing that thing. You could hit someone.
He just laughs whenever you shoot lightning at him. And at this point, the little halfling has shuffled her way over to you, Ector, and says quietly, "That man has at least 13 magic items on him.
Um,
Who is this guy?"
Hector turns to her. Yes, we noticed that when we first met him, he's quite aglow with magic, you might say. He's that's Captain Zoran. He's you might say, I guess, the leader of this town, such as it is.
Drunkenly, Kronos will just scream, "He's a fucking legend!"
Damn it.
There it is.
And now he's showing off his bracers of flying daggers, and which magically produces throwing daggers, and he's throwing them at a dartboard. And then Morin is trying to take all the daggers off the dartboard and then throw them again himself. And he's pretty good, even though he's been drinking a lot already. But he's not as good as obviously as the captain. And they seem to be getting on well, except for his wife is suspicious. Now, is there anything the rest of you want to do while you're in here in this tavern? If there's nothing else you guys want to do, we
Pretty
can.
good.
It might be Doctor.
I lagged for a second. I didn't hear anything for a
Of course
while,
he
and then I
is.
heard a bunch of stuff all at once. But if somebody said something you want to do, you'll have to repeat it because I missed it.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
kind of
you're
going
speaking
in and out.
inhumanly
You
fast.
Yeah, it's lag. Yeah, I think I'm lagging.
I need to take
very
a quick break to grab
disconcerting.
something to drink, and I'll be right back.
Go ahead. Okay.
Their new album. So.
Oh, that was insane. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're normal
Blizzard.
speed too. So
Blizzard and Steam were updating at the same time for some reason. And when I just in tasked them, I just heard all of you guys speak like 50 paragraphs within like 3 seconds all at once. It all caught it back up. Like,
Are you caught up?
are we in the same time format? Are we here?
apparently.
So basically, you Carverax's practical joke hit you instead of
Basically.
Tommy, are you there yet?
So I asked if there's anything anybody wants to do while you're in the tavern. I couldn't hear any responses, so if anybody said something, you'll have to repeat it.
Yeah, I will headbang.
Okay.
Yeah, that was really weird. You were speaking like it would put your stuff in, but it would like smash it like 0.5, faster.
hmm
And so you were just speaking super fast. And I did that a couple of times, and I just thought maybe, okay, well, obviously he's had way too much Red Bull, but it kept doing it. And that last one you said about describing what the Captain of Luskin said, it was super, super fast.
That's weird. Well, hopefully I fix it now.
Yeah, you're normal speed now, so.
Okay. Well, if there's not anything else you guys want to do, we can skip to the nighttime.
yes. Tommy's went to get a drink. He'll be
Yeah, wait for
Okay.
him. You might want to do something.
And Tith and Morin are gonna go back and take care of their responsibilities, unless there's anything you guys need to do with them or tell
no.
them.
We just
Wait, so they're just gonna bounce?
they got shit to do.
Yeah, I mean they came to help you with some kind of epic final battle, but it didn't happen. So
Yeah.
It wasn't
But-
really a fight. It was a negotiation.
Morin did promise that he'll help you fight in the battle, but his
Yeah, I
wife
hope it's
isn't
not
sure.
some sort of like cry wolf thing where it's like,
And also, Tith was not thrilled about that idea.
this isn't a fucking diplomacy mission. Fuck that shit.
I mean, she was okay with fighting storm giants, but fighting a legendary ancient dragon's a little different. Maybe you can convince her though.
Possibly.
I mean, we are the charisma dream team, so.
They ended their adventuring career at level 12, so they never got high enough to experience ancient dragons.
But Tith knows something about ancient dragons, though.
Yeah,
That it's not the best idea to go fight an ancient dragon.
yeah, she's heard of Imrith. So she's going to use transport via plants, and they're gonna walk through a portal in a tree and leave. Unless there's
Nice.
anything,
Convenient.
unless there's anything
Tommy,
you guys need to.
I can do that
say.
too.
Tommy, is that a LaCroix that you just cracked open?
No, sir. That is a
Damn it.
sparkling ice caffeine with blue raspberry.
Oh, moved up in the world, I see.
Oh, dude, I don't drink LaCroix. I just think it's funny. That stuff tastes like TV static.
Yeah, it's the most foot-tasting soda besides feet.
No, that's Fanta. Yeah, it's like hint of lime. It's like this can was transported on a truck.
It's
with
like
banana.
foot with a hint of lime, is what you said.
Sure.
Hint of line.
Hentai, hint of lime.
Hentai.
No,
I don't know.
No.
To me, it just tastes like television static.
Oh, I know what you mean. Like literally flavorless,
But like tangy.
tangy yet flavorless.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
It's like the slimy yet satisfying mantra of Timon and Pumbaa, but it's tangy yet flavorless.
It's like if you went to Sonic and ordered a Sprite and they were out of syrup and you enjoyed that. Did
Alright, so-
Brett get his stuff figured up?
Yeah, I think
Well,
so.
we will
Nice.
bid the king and queen farewell for now.
All right, they're gonna go back, and unfortunately, Morin has to go back to adulting, basically.
Just dicking around, basically.
Yeah, I mean, he essentially was forced to be accustomed to do a boring job and be the king of this little
That's
dwarven
true.
city. So, and he doesn't like it.
Well, he got to hang out in a bar for a while.
Yeah.
He's never been to Luskin, so.
Yep, he likes partying with pirates. And speaking of, a man's gonna come by your table around 8 p.m. probably, and this guy has a smaller purple feather in his hat, and in his jacket he appears to have 3 guns. So this could possibly, based on appearances, possibly be like a lieutenant for the Captain Zorn. He walks past your table and says quietly, the Grand Dame has docked about half an hour ago. I believe they're opening their door soon.
Hector
I'm gonna
nods.
slam my
think
fist
it's
on the table and say, "What the fuck? That was 30 minutes ago."
He just
I rolled a slap.
Sure. He just smirks at you, and then he bows to the rest of you, and then leaves. Yep,
How
you're
much damage
slapped.
do I take, GM?
0, but you have a sting on your face. Your stinging face muscles.
Hector's not all that strong.
All right, so you guys have the option to go there at night now, or you could wait till the next day if you want. What would you like to do?
Hmm.
Oh, I forgot about this. This might take a minute to load, but there's an animated Luskin map.
Oh, that's
neat.
kind of cool.
And this is the host tower of the Arcane, where the Arcane Brotherhood are at. And you guys are like over here. Alright, so what'd you like to do?
All right. Well, think here.
Before the team makes a decision today, I'm going to attempt to contact other plane again.
Oh no.
Alright.
All right.
What did you steal Hector's book again? Because he's not gonna let you.
No, he's literally reading it off your hip.
You can't. It's in a holster.
He's reading it out of your holster.
Can't.
I just did.
That's not how it works.
That's how
You have
it
to
works.
steal it first.
I will steal it.
Alright, sleight of hand.
Oof.
Nope. You know he's definitely going for your book.
I'm going to turn him upside down.
Let me go. You know I have an affinity towards your book. Let me read it.
I've had about enough with demons for one day.
What are you saying? You didn't
Don't
meet a
worry
demon
about
today. No, I am worried about it. Let me read the book. If you don't put me down, I will destroy you.
No, he just turned you over and put you on your head. He didn't kick you.
I will shoot you then. Give me your book or I will destroy you. I'm going to point my gun at Hector drunkenly.
Make an intimidation check with disadvantage.
Ooh.
God.
That's pretty good for disadvantage. There's no hints.
Yes.
All right. Hector, how do you respond to that?
I would be afraid of you, but you're quite drunk.
Yes. Give me the book, you sandwich mancer.
I'm gonna subtle spell cast Mage Hand and have it sneak up behind him and grab the gun without him watching. Without him
You
knowing.
realize that Yaman is behind me, right? Does Yaman see this happening?
Yeah,
Probably.
maybe.
Give me
Yep, here.
Did you react to the mage hand sneaking behind me to steal my pistol?
He's
He's
Gone?
asleep.
he's
He's
just
neutral
sleeping.
about it.
He's drunk. He's passed out.
Nope, not drunk.
He's probably just muted.
Yeah, didn't realize it. Sorry.
Yeah, man.
I'm here.
Yam, at this point, Yaman, you realize that I can connect with anybody in the party mentally. So if you need to tell me that he's going for my gun, you need to tell me now, or you're betraying me.
So, I guess the big question is, because I don't really know who this guy is. Like,
Right.
can I take him?
Maybe.
This is just like a normal humanoid, right?
Yeah, he's a frog man, frog person.
And how?
He's very small.
Okay, so he's not like real big.
Right.
Maybe 40 pounds.
For
60
you.
tall.
He's got like 1,000 dex, right?
No?
No.
He does not. He acts like he does.
I have a plus
So-
6.
I think what I'll probably do. What are we standing around? Like, what's the environment like?
He
I'm
was still in
sitting
the
at a table
tavern.
trying to steal a book, and he's trying to take my weapon before I can pull it on him.
He's trying to use a mage hand to steal his gun. And you're in the position to see the mage hand stealing his gun. And you can choose to do something.
But
about it.
so I'm not next to the frog. I just see the mage hand.
You're
Yeah.
literally on my back.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I didn't know if I could he wasn't around your backside. He's around your front side.
Yes.
This is like a Han Solo who's going to shoot first type of stitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'll let you know
Charles
That
will
there's-
definitely shoot me.
that there's a hand coming. But my question is, can I summon my mage hand and have it like slap fight that hand while that's happening?
Yeah.
Just the other hand.
Yeah, you can.
Just kind of like block it, Three Stooges style.
Yaman declares thumb war.
Oh
Um,
man.
You guys will both have to make a spell attack roll to see whose
Alright.
whose spell is stronger.
But
Oh,
I will like
no.
mentally let you know, like, you know. Oh yeah, I just rolled Thorn Whip because that's a spell attack.
Yeah. All right, 15 for his. 20. All right. Hector's manages to slap slightly harder.
Slightly.
Okay, so I drop the
Wow.
weapon.
So, so I gotta guess. What does this sound like behind Kronos?
It's just a 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare thumb war, and then
It-
all of a sudden you win.
Well, they're like
I would
No,
think
they're ethereal, so you don't hear anything.
oh,
yeah, it just sounds like
Yeah.
Just a weird Digital wave of sound.
And then you can tell actors squinting and concentrating really hard on something, but you don't know what.
Yep. All right, so you successfully get past the other mage hand, and you snatch his gun, and he's too drunk to stop you.
I'm just gonna make it float above his head.
If you take my gun, I will make you pay for all the drinks at this table. Do you understand me, sorcerer?
What are you worried about that for? We're all fucking rich.
Rich is relative. Depends on who you vote for.
I may be a magical head, but I'm pretty sure a bullet to the brain's still gonna kill me.
Potentially.
It's okay. Just
I mean, if anything, Actor is going to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always the one taking his book. Okay, at this point, I'm going to be like, I'm going to give him the doggy eyes. I'm going to be like, Hector, I need the book. Please. All I need is just one little glimpse.
14.
He glows pink.
Yep, he's still glowing pink.
Yep, he is.
are you going to summon a demon?
I mean, not any more than you've summoned. Winky face.
I mean, right now. Are you
No.
not-
Let me contact another plate.
Oh. You remember what happened the last 2 times you've done that?
Technically, I don't.
Oh, that's fair play. Fine, but I'm not responsible if you lose your memory again.
I'm gonna cast contact other plane. What is it? A wisdom save?
It is an intelligence save.
Fuck. That's why I keep failing them. God damn it!
You need to get some guidance or something.
Hey, you have guidance.
He
You
never
have guidance.
asked. He never asked.
You take 20 psychic damage, and you're insane
God
until you finish a
damn.
long rest.
Gee. Please
we're-
let me use the book.
Weirdly enough, we can all understand this gibberish because it's
Oh my god.
Vote white.
There you go.
they
Well, I guess the night raid's out of the question.
All right, so do you guys want to go to the ship with an insane person, or do you want to wait till the next day?
be funny.
I don't have legs, so I'm gonna just default to the party.
That's a.
Oh,
that's
by
a
the way, you're on
valid
the
point.
back of the insane guy, so we probably need to get it.
Yeah,
Oh my
someone will
god,
have to
he
rescue
is. He
him.
is on the back of the insane man. Oh no.
Is somebody going to rescue him?
Yes.
No, I'm gonna point break him into the middle of the ocean. Just keep swimming.
No.
Like, just the second that Kronos is talking in gibberish and doing, I can imagine Darley looking up. Not
He's-
again.
He's done it again.
Again.
It's like a second of just looking at the text, and he's like, blah, 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 blah.
You should go lock him in a room or something.
I think so.
We almost have to. We had to do last time, pretty much. Time to go to bed.
So are you guys going to wait till the next day?
We're gonna wait till his insanity goes away.
All right, is there anything else anybody wants to do
Yes.
before you sleep? Besides drinking and eating? And partying with pirates?
Wait, did you guys lock me up?
We're gonna have to.
Are you a werewolf?
I will attempt to continue to drink.
Okay, you can do that. Though you'll probably spill most of it, because you can't take
I'm
action.
just gonna try to dump what I see on the table in front of me into my mouth.
Okay, you can do that. All right, anything anybody else wants to do in Luskin before?
I'm gonna throw a platinum coin onto the table. I'm gonna say, "Toss a coin to your bitcha," and I'm gonna puke everywhere.
Damn it. We're gonna go. Oh, he's fine.
It wasn't much puke.
Someone walks by and magically cleans it with prestidigitation.
I guess it would be a pretty common problem.
You gotta imagine, this bar in particular,
Yep.
High class establishment.
Platinum probably pays for everybody's drinks and stuff. You know?
Easily, yeah. This is one of the more classier joints in Luskin, but it's still pretty shady.
it's still shady.
One
Dive
eye
bar is like the prettiest place in town.
It's the nicest place in town. Okay, we're gonna restrain Kronos so he doesn't escape.
Yeah, Darley's gonna get up and restrain Kronos.
lock him in a room.
What?
2020.
He's speaking gibberish.
He's speaking nonsense. What do I have to roll to save here?
I don't think you need to roll anything.
Okay, good.
He's like tiny.
It's a strength competition. Beat an 8.
But you're also insane, so you can't take actions.
Oh yeah, I keep
I mean,
forgetting.
if we're gonna have to do that,
He's overpowering a Kronos. 3-foot frog dude.
With one hand.
we're just casually picking up Kronos. Come on, Frogman.
So, we're trying to get him to bed, right?
Yes.
pretty
Yeah.
much.
All right. Which means we're about to take a rest.
Yeah, so you're free to blow any spells you want.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just cast Greater Restoration on him.
Alright, that works. That removes the insanity.
Hector, let me see your book.
Oh, you're.
Put me down.
Oh, you.
Oh, I
You're
see.
fine?
Can I see where that spell came from?
You could probably guess where it came from.
Ah, it seems our friend has healed you.
That's excellent. Give me your book. Please.
Just a moment ago, you were blithering madness.
I don't know what you're talking about. Give me your book.
Alright.
I have
You
people I
were-
need to talk to.
You were insane. You were babbling.
Hey, put me down.
Okay.
I'm your friend. God damn it.
Yep. Frogman. Okay, I put him down.
Yes. Give me your book.
No, you need a nap.
I am the reason we are here. I'm gonna try to persuade you.
Right, roll it.
Oh.
He's actually sober now, too, so he's more persuasive.
Oh
I
shit.
imagine so.
I'm the reason you are here.
You're the reason I'm here?
Any of us. It's a very. It's a poignant statement. I mean, it resonates deep within you.
Yes, but by that logic, any one of us is the reason we're all here. No, I'm not very convincing.
Alright, do you want to let him use it again?
Give me your book, sorcerer.
I really don't.
Give me your book and I'll buy you a drink. Not in that order.
Okay, but on the condition, if you drive yourself mad again, you're banned for a week.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna roll wisdom. Or intellect?
Intelligence save, yeah.
Yes.
Alright, let me pull up the spell again. That's a DC 15. Yep, you barely succeeded.
Yes.
You can ask the entity up to 5 questions.
I'm gonna say
Do you know who you're asking?
entity of the darkness.
I assume I know who it is, but if it's not that person, you can let me know in
Can
whispers.
Can I claim sanctuary? This is the first question.
Be more specific.
Can I claim sanctuary against the forces of whatever you're against?
Be more specific.
Can I claim sanctuary against the forces of light?
Yes.
I'm gonna say, will you grant me the power to grant artifacts beyond my own measure?
Maybe.
Will
you grant me the power to use those artifacts in the world that I am currently in?
Maybe.
Can I use those artifacts in the capability of any person that is
God, you gotta be more specific.
mortal?
No.
I will offer souls in exchange for the artifact that you will give me. Will you give me succor?
The hell?
You get these vague answers that you kind of take as yes, no's, or maybes, but
Okay.
you do get one word, because this is an answer in one word. You get one word that is more clear than the rest that you don't really understand, which is shackles.
I will say, give me the shackles of which you speak, and I will give you this demi-lich's power, which is 100-fold more souls than I gather, and I will do your bidding for your power. And then I will offer one of the eyes of demi-lich that we pulled.
There's no response.
Do I know what's going on right now?
No.
You might know of the spell Contact Other Plane, but you have no clue what he's contacting or
No,
why.
but do I know that that's what he's doing? Like, is he in a trance or something?
Yeah, I think he's like off in a hotel room or whatever, tavern room, probably doing
I
it.
thought he was carrying me, though.
I guess you
You're
are,
on my
right? Yeah, so
Yeah.
I guess you're aware of it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious if I was aware he was doing it.
Or you're very vehemently aware of what I'm doing.
Make a religion check, and if you roll extremely high, you might be able to figure out what he's talking to.
Both of us?
Sure.
16.
Nope.
Oh, come
Nope.
on, you
You
mirror.
don't know.
Real bad.
Ymir.
Yep, you don't know.
He's got a +8 to religion.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
he knows
Real
stuff.
bad.
He's just not that into it.
I'm just not that into it.
My I'm not paying much attention because as a head, I mean, I'm kind of in this place right now where I'm kind of tripping because these people are telling me that I can get drunk and I can't, and I couldn't convince them otherwise, and I'm just shook about that.
Oh. Makes sense.
And you probably hear him muttering about shackles for the rest of the night.
Oh, that didn't bother me at all.
All right, do the rest of you want to take a rest?
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
the rest of the night I'm bloodletting and saying, "Give me your shackles." So.
I want to. Is he in sound enough mind that whenever he is ready for bed, he's actually can take me out of the
Oh,
container?
he is definitely.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
with greater restoration, he's fine. Well, as fine as he can be, I guess.
Is there a window in this room?
Yeah.
yeah, sure.
I'm gonna ask him if he'll place me in a small pad of cloth or something like that in the windowsill so that I can sleep. But I want to be able to see the stars.
Sure, I'm here. You
Nice.
somebody dead, and I'll put him in the window.
All right.
And then I'm gonna, while we're taking our rest, I will go ahead and roll for my cosmic omen.
Nice.
Whoa.
Omen.
Even. Nice. But that's it for me, yeah, for that.
The omens that you're picking up are uh, one of the most prominent ones is the sign of the Reaper, or the Psychopomp, which sometimes foretells death approaching.
So that way I can be on the lookout for anything dangerous.
All right, do you guys want to go to the Grand Dame the next day? Is there anything you want to do first?
I
You got
will
somewhere
immediately
else?
wake up and go into the atrium and just shout, "To the Great Dame!"
If it's a new day, is he a different type of crazy now?
Yes.
Let me roll for that.
Oh yeah, from your weapon. The other another source of insanity.
Ah, you sent me the tape, didn't you?
Huh?
I think
I
so.
think you did.
Yeah, there was that one that was like rolls automatically. I think that was one I sent you.
This is a lousy
Yeah.
guess, by the way. So if you need to tone down, go ahead.
Yeah, here it is. Rolls it automatically.
I have to succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw, be afflicted as though I had failed the saving against a confusion spell every time I take damage.
That's interesting.
Sure, I'll
All
take
right.
it.
All right. Is there anything anybody else needs to do before you guys want to go check out this casino?
Good. I think I got everything in
All
there.
right. So this map has millions of tokens crammed in a small space. So we're gonna kind of just turn off the walls and do it a little more theater of the mind instead of having all of you guys move all of your tokens through this winding passages crammed full of tokens. So anyway,
Man, I can't
So-
wait for us to fight all of these fucking people.
they're all commoners.
Yep, we're gonna kill them all somehow.
So you guys
God
approach
damn
it.
it.
You guys approach on the dock, and
Oh,
you
it's the
see
bouncer.
you see one of these guys keeping watch goes and fetches somebody, and they cut you off before you reach the entrance.
Yeah, that's fair.
And let me see if there's a handout for this character. Nope. It's a I guess Chinese woman named Pao Ming, I guess. She looks like a sorcerer from
Wait, hold on. Is this a generic Asian chick?
yes, ultra generic. What is
Oh,
the
my God.
Chinese ripoff place in Faerun? Whatever, that's where she's from, obviously. And she says, "No weapons."
So do I have a weapon? Okay.
No weapons.
Trust me, I'm not armed.
Under the hood, I'll ask, surely you would not part an old man from his walking stick.
She's kind of looking you over. The Lord doesn't like your kind. You cause trouble.
Is she talking at us in generally or to specific ones
Yeah.
of us?
In general. You adventuring types, with all your magic weapons and fireballs. Go somewhere else.
Hector's gonna speak up here. We have business. We'd like to speak with what's his name? Grey
Dryland.
Dryland. Gosh, that was way off. I have business with Master Dryland. I promise it won't take long, but I will leave my weapons here with you.
She looks suspicious. What kind of business?
Let's see. I guess I could tell her. We think he might have. We're call that. How would you say this? We're investigating the giant attacks. and we
What my
think he
friend
may-
is saying is that we are interested in stock options. As you see, me and my friends are Fingoth, which means that we appreciate the stock options in which we can imbibe our mortal treasuries into certain things that we find profitable, if you understand my meaning.
Roll a deception check.
Indeed.
You're gonna roll imps, so just know it.
To deception.
Yep.
Deception.
Yes.
No. Um, she says, the Lord didn't tell me about this. You have any paperwork?
Oof.
I don't like this big one here. Or this
Or
one.
me?
Or
You
just-
misunderstand that we diversify ourselves in hopes to include other members into investing in our properties. So, if you would please excuse us, we would like to investigate the Great Dame as one of our investitures, if that is okay with you. It would be understandable if you do not realize that Fingoths are the new rising demography in the world of Toril.
Kronos doesn't have a high intelligence. He just has a high charisma.
You have no paperwork?
Chill
There's
out,
no
Lupita.
paperwork for something that does not exist, you sandwich.
Oh my god.
Is this like a Lavinia type of person?
Possibly.
I just think Darley here would just be. You don't have paperwork? I can't read.
Perfect.
I mean, if I carried it, it'd probably be in my wallet, but I don't carry a wallet anymore, as you know. So I mean, sorry.
Gosh, let me hold on a second.
I mean, it's been 10,000 years since your wallet has actually been
A thing.
accepted. The paperwork. They can't even read the hieroglyphics on your paperwork.
Exer, you didn't roll if you'd like to try a persuasion check or something. Or deception or
I'm just
intimidation or
trying to.
whatever.
I don't know. Let's see. I don't know what I want to try to convince her of, though.
Just tell her.
I was
tell her
gonna-
we know Zephyros. I mean, Zephyros is probably like a big.
How long do you think we're gonna be here?
At least
4
least-
hours.
3 hours.
Uh,
That's just to get through the front. That's not even getting in the boat. That's just
Mhm.
talking to this lady.
No, I meant like, not in our time. Game time. You think we'll be here for 3 or 4 hours?
Or at least a day.
Don't know, maybe.
At least a day.
Okay.
Depends on how bad you
Off the
guys.
ship or what? What's their deal?
You're in the docks.
Okay.
Hold on. I gotta think of I don't even know what I want to convince this with. Why am I even gonna ask? Dude, my brain ain't working. It just ain't. Just forgot everything.
You can tell her you want to investigate her boss for murder.
Well, I'm sure that'll go over well.
Oh, you're gonna cast Charm Person.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. It's a wisdom
Okay.
save.
I wonder, but how does she even know what's charming her? Because you're in a.
Make a either. Well, I was gonna say sleight of hand, but you don't have any hands, so make a Arcana.
hand.
I guess make an Arcana check.
Is it possible for me to make Ymir remember a frog of no renown to give him advantage?
Oh, he doesn't need it.
Okay.
So she's charmed
Okay.
by a head.
Yeah. Nice.
Not by me, by him.
Yep.
Yeah.
The,
Uh,
the head on my back.
Like, you know us. Come on. We don't need any paperwork.
I might be able to let you come. Not these.
Do I know, based off maybe what she's wearing or anything like that? Like, did she say something about God speaking to her? Just a
No.
few seconds ago.
No.
No.
According to
Okay.
Captain Zorn, she's a sorcerer.
Oh, okay.
I will flick her the golden Great Dane token that we got,
Hmm.
and I will say, divide this among the others because they are just here to have a good time.
You're not allowed to take this off the ship. Where did you get this?
It is of our own concern. Zephyros himself gave it to us and said, get rich or die trying.
I must slap Cronus.
Mm. I trust you. And she just points at the disembodied head that's been talking to her. But not these.
Through Kronos, not actually at Kronos, but
Yep.
the brain.
I'll say, I can assure you these fine people with me will cause no trouble.
These retards will
They're
cause
not-
And these-
they don't have the mental fortitude to cause too much chaos.
These two guards behind her are whispering to each other like, "Is that a head? What the fuck?" But she doesn't
I would
seem
say
phased.
I'm well, I'm not standing, but I'm right here. I can hear you. You know, I do have ears.
Okay, you and your servant. I will allow you to speak to the Lord, but no
It's
weapons.
just an entourage. We go all as one or none at all.
Then leave.
There- I guess it's just you and Kronos then.
Yep.
We will wait here.
All right, leave your weapons, and I'll let you and your servant into the Lord's office.
Does she know what a gun is? Do I think?
Maybe, maybe not.
Okay.
I will drop the sword and the crossbow, but I will keep the gun and the staff.
All right.
And I will step up and say, "Take me to your leader." You
Follow this way. Don't cause it. Don't cause any distractions. Our patrons are very enthralled in their gaming.
Indeed.
This way. And she leads you
in there.
through. You can see a huge table with a golden goose on it right here, and a bunch of people playing cards at tables. And she leads you up some staircase, and then you get up here, and there are a bunch of people crammed in this room, quietly playing a card game. And when they see you, they all look like you've caught them doing something. And then she just says, "This way, come." And then they all turn away and start whispering. And she leads you up to this door. And, whoops. She leads you to this door and opens the door, and she says, "My lord, this one has come for, what did you say? Stock options?"
Yes.
No.
Sounds very important. This one here, this
Sounds
this-
very important.
this head here is, he's my friend, so. And then you see Lord Dryland, Lord Caspier Dryland. Let me see if I can pull up let me see if there's a thing for him. NPCs. There's a little picture of him. He has in the center of his office a giant water tank with an octopus in it. And
Sure.
he says, "I'm busy here. What is this? Who is this?"
My liege, it is my honor to meet you, Lord Dryland. And I will take a knee,
And
giving Ymir
perfect visual to Dryland.
Pao Ming, I almost said Yao Ming. Pao Ming slams the door shut, and she's standing right in front of the door, keeping guard.
God damn.
I almost said Yao Ming. And Dryland says, "What is this? A head? What is this head? What is the meaning of this?"
Lord Dryland, we are here as the Fingor conglomerate to ask you, of course, in proprietary knowledge, that you have given us expediary amounts of time to enjoy your, what you would say, enjoyment that you bring with the great aim.
Cut to
It
the
is an
point.
honor
I'm a busy
to
man.
meet you.
What do you want?
I will attempt to give Ymir my bardic inspiration.
Is this a talking head? What are you, some kind of performer?
You have an additional d6 to your bonus action. Or in any ability check, attack roll, or saving throw that you make, you can add an additional d6 before getting the.
Oh, okay.
After you roll, before you know if it succeeded.
Yeah. Sweet. Ooh. Um. Okay, and so we are trying. Like, what was the name of the dude that gave us that thing?
Sarissa, the princess of the Storm Giants, gave you the coin and said that
Right.
it was found at the spot where her father was attacked and kidnapped.
And do I know the name of the father? Because that's what we're trying to figure out, right?
Hecaton.
Hecaton, yeah.
And we're trying to find him, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so I should probably ask this guy if he knows where we can find Hecaton. Or that's the plan, right? To just be honest with him that we're
Right.
trying to figure this out. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something. I'll say I can assure you I'm no performer, and I am actually hoping you can help us find a gentleman named Hecaton.
God.
Who is that?
Shit.
Oh, come on.
He's the king of the goddamn storm giants, you fucking imbecile.
I don't
Oof.
know any storm giants. What is the meaning of this?
Can I insight check to make sure that he's not lying
Sure.
to me about that?
Yeah, make an insight check.
Once again, you have bardic inspiration, so if you roll low, you can actually add a 1d6 to your shit.
His
Mm.
+9.
God damn.
Jeez. He genuinely seems like he doesn't know what you're talking about,
Okay.
but he does seem afraid of you.
I will assure him that he has nothing to be afraid of. That we come. Let's see. I don't want to say we come in peace. It sounds stupid.
I will attempt to cast Detect Thoughts on the octopus that he has in an aquarium.
Okay.
What?
It is an ordinary octopus.
God damn it.
I mean, that was
I will attempt to peer deep into his thoughts,
all right.
because I've already wasted a fucking 3rd level spell on this shit.
You find a memory of there's a particular memory that sticks out to you of Lord Dryland in this office, the octopus in this tank watching him, and he's meeting with a large armored dragonborn with brass skin with one eye missing and a large jagged blue axe, and he's meeting with him about business, and the octopus can't speak common, so it doesn't know what they're saying.
The octopus can't speak.
I will attempt to cast Invasive Mind on Carverax.
Okay.
I will say, your rival Trogdor has been here That's it, I guess.
Waiting to see if there's more coming.
He's just like,
Trogdor the Burninator has been here.
The Carver's just like, wait, his name wasn't fucking Trogdor. What the fuck is he talking about?
Rugrat or something. It was
And
hard moving. Challenge.
So you're not gonna tell your buddy about this at all. You're just gonna.
Who, Ymir? You're
Yeah.
talking about? No, I'm
Yeah,
not gonna tell him
Ymir.
anything. I gave him bardic inspiration. He's fine.
Am I able to talk
Fine.
back to that?
You are literally the worst person to send information.
Incredible.
So Dryland says, "No, I don't know your friend. Are you here? Are you wanting to perform in my casino? Your little trick there with the head is pretty impressive. I can't
I will
afford to pay a
say-
lot, but
I will say yes. I will perform without pay my beautiful song of Radgar the Red. If that assumes you, I can play 3 hours at a time. I have many songs from the world that, and like I said, just give me house, whatever you call it. Just give me some, bonus chips or whatever. I don't really give a fuck.
I suppose I could give you a chance. You could come in and play tonight, and if my customers like it, perhaps we could bring you back some more later."
Indeed.
Having this conversation going on, can I ritual cast divination
Sure.
just out here, like sit back behind everybody and sit down on the ground? And...
Yeah.
I'm gonna message Kronos.
Okay.
Well, what the hell's going on?
I will send it back. Dryland, the proprietor of the fucking, vessel, is said that he has nothing to do with it. However, the octopus that he has in his aquarium has it identified Trogdor the Burninator as someone who's came in offering, in lieu of actual money, has offered somebody in excess for whatever.
That is technically one sentence, so okay.
Sure.
Technically one run sentence.
Fuck you guys.
Hector is extremely frustrated now. I'm gonna use message again.
Okay.
I want to message him again. Who in the hell is Trogdor?
Listen to me. I'm fucking hungover. I don't know how I got here. Trogdor is that fucking guy who thought he was like Carverex, but opposite. I don't know. He's the evil dragon born of this fucking.
He just
Fuck you.
throws on
And it was fuck you. Fuck you.
He just says fuck you.
All right. What question would you like to ask with your divination?
If we could, if we could, shit, I had a phrasing for this a minute ago. If we would be capable of learning what happened to Hecaton from the Lord that they keep talking, that the guards were talking about earlier.
You can learn it from him, but he doesn't know.
We can, but he doesn't know.
Yep.
Like I said, I've established an evasive mind with Carverex, so if you would like to say something back to me.
Well, that was something I was trying to ask earlier. Was if that was a one-way communication, or if I can.
No,
communicate
it's
back.
just not.
I didn't know if I could talk back or not. Or
It's
if
kind of like
just-
sending, but not really, because I have to be within 60 feet of you.
Wow, shit, I don't know. That's. Are you saying he doesn't know where Hecaton is, but we could learn what happened about him?
You can learn what happened to Hecaton from him, but he doesn't know.
So he could learn and then teach us, but he doesn't currently know.
Right.
I don't know. Interpret that how you will. That's the vagary of a god that you received in your spell.
Yeah.
God of vagary. God. They have gods for everything nowadays.
All right. So what do
But
you
I-
say? What are you guys saying in the cabin talking to Dryland?
Well, I don't know that there's anything we can do now. He
Well,
doesn't know.
no,
He can help
'cause-
us.
He told me
I can kill him.
he told me about that Dragonborn being involved, but he said he doesn't know anything about it. So no, I think he's full of crap.
Well,
But-
are you? I mean, do you want to ask him about it?
I would have to. I got a message. I can't ask him because I'm not in there.
Right,
I
you
got
could-
a message.
You could tell Ymir or Kronos to ask him.
Yep.
That's all you really can do. This
Ask him what his favorite color is.
in my land.
Like,
Okay, I'll message Ymir then.
Okay.
As Kronos told you about
Oh.
the memory he found about the octopus, about a dragonborn we've met before.
No.
Damn it. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, Darla, you just
Yeah.
see you just see Actor repeatedly getting more and more frustrated casting this spell, and you can't tell what he's doing, but he's visibly upset.
I'll
That's
just say that
different.
the second that Darley and, well, not Darley, the second that Kronos and Ymir went into the boat, Darley just sat down and started playing with the squirrels and stuff. It's been
Yeah.
pretty oblivious to everything happening thus far. Anyway,
All right, so I'll message Ymir. I'll say there was a dragonborn who attacked us before, and apparently, according to the memories of the octopus that your friend there probed the mind of, he's been here and he met with this man, this Lord Dryland. So maybe that's an angle
So
you could
should
try.
I ask if he knows where that dragonborn is?
Okay, well, I'll message back. Maybe you should ask him what business he had with that dragonborn.
I'll send back. Okay. And then I'll and then I'll
Okay.
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 I'll just leave it on red.
Classic.
perfect.
I'll say.
Hector's
I
now pouting.
appreciate your. This is once he's like tells me, no, I don't know anything about that guy. But like, I appreciate you helping us. If you do not know where that storm giant is, perhaps you could help us. We are curious what maybe type of business or dealings you had with certain. It was a golden dragonborn
A
Brass.
brass dragonborn
with a certain
with a
brass
scarred eye.
dragonborn has a
I could message you that if
scarred
you'd like to.
eye, kind of. Yeah, there's a picture right there. A certain brass dragonborn has a scar on his eye, kind of edgy.
Edgy.
He
Straight
suddenly looks distressed and he says, "What? How do you know about this business? What? I don't talk about my clients. Are you with the Lord's
I
Alliance?"
don't actually know. No, I'll say I actually don't know about the business. That's why I'm asking you. This specific dragonborn could potentially help us find the person that we're looking for. So if you could help me understand your dealings with him, then perhaps we could figure out the information we're trying to figure out. We're not trying to mingle in anybody's affairs financially or otherwise. We're just specifically looking for a guy.
Kronos literally opened up with stock options.
Yep. That's just gone.
That was the end, man.
Why?
That was the end.
Why are you looking for a giant? Are you working for the Lord's Alliance?
You kind of went like, "Are you was about like real quick," and it was
Oh, no.
speedy and weird.
Let me see if something is hogging my connection again.
It's Java.
Jaffa.
All your fucking Nico porn is finally fucking catching up to you.
Service host network service. What is that?
That's part of
You're
Windows brain.
fine.
Don't shut that down.
Oh,
Being
okay.
hacked.
Windows is fucking me. Okay.
Windows 10. By that, I mean Windows app.
Yep. I do have the free version, so it's my fault.
I
Okay,
upgraded
well-
Win 7 to Win 10. It just fixed it, and it just broke more shit, and I can't go back, and I'm pissed.
I'm gonna cock the Glock back and
Whoa.
while staring at the sigil of Demogorgon. I'm gonna put it to this guy's head, Drybear's.
Oh.
Drybear's
Whoa.
head. I'm gonna say, "What was it that you promised, Rograx?" Tilting my head slightly.
All I have to do is say the word, and Pao Ming will turn you into a fish and will throw you in the sea. And I
All I have to do
lower
is
this.
pull the trigger,
weapon.
and you will be nothing more than sashimi on a board to be devoured by my friends.
What do you
Lordy.
want?
To know about the dealings you had. with
Are you-
Brett.
Are you with
Oh,
the
you may-
Harpers?
I am not with the Hoppers. I am a intermediary between the two. Now, if you don't tell me, I will pull the trigger and end your miserable life.
Who sent you?
I sent myself. I am,
Yeah.
however, the deceiver of which you see signs of in the sky.
Oh God.
I-
This guy.
I don't know anything about this giant. I had business dealings with a Dragonborn months ago. I haven't spoken to him since.
Many months ago, and I'm just gonna click the, the trigger back, so it's on a hair trigger.
It was close to a year. I just provided a ship for 2 ships, I believe, for him and some other people, other strange people, out to some islands in the trackless sea. That's all I know.
If you can give us the coordinates for these islands in the Turbo Sea, it might save your life.
This guy.
And then, can I make an insight check to see if he's being honest about that?
Sure.
That'd be a good check to make.
Trying to figure out something that would help with that tremendously. I just don't know if I'd be able to do it or not. Just have to ask a couple questions.
He does seem honest.
Okay.
Just tell me who you work for. I'm not trying to start shit with the Lord's Alliance.
We work for Lero Silverhand, the Free Lord of Waterdeep.
Damn it.
Be openly.
Now, whether you believe that or not is up to you, but I assure you that your information has so far spared your life. And I will pull the trigger back and release the tension left on the Glock that they gave me.
It's not Glock.
Why is she so suspicious of me to send an assassin in here? What did I do?
I am not so much an assassin as much as a divine intervention, as one would seem. And I will step
Intervention?
back.
You don't
Divine intervention.
you don't seem like you're with the Lord's Alliance. What is it you're not telling me?
I would say the same for you, who has decided to hide Hecaton, the Lord of the Storm Giants, among your obvious deviances.
I don't know anything about giants. I don't know what you're talking about.
No one cares if you know. Now, I must be off. You have anything else to say to me before I burn this ship to the ground?
Ships don't sail on the ground.
Is this dude a sociopath?
Maybe.
He's more than a sociopath.
I mean, Kronos, yes, he's out of his mind.
Absolutely.
He's
So-
pretty crazy.
Casper
He was
Dryland, he goes silent for a while and starts staring off away from you. And then he suddenly jerks and holds his hands up to his head, and he says, "No, master, I said nothing. What? I don't know. No, please, no." And then he jerks back again. He's kind of standing still, like frozen in midair. He has one arm cocked up sideways in a weird angle, and his head's kind of
Right.
tilted sideways, and he's
Start
staring
reckoning
off.
that with-
You would instantly recognize it as some kind of psionic activity,
Okay.
and he's now staring off just into the corner, into nothing, and his body's contorted in a weird way, and he says something like in a weird, creepy language you can't understand, except Kronos can understand it because he has the Helm of Comprehend Languages. And you could somehow this alien language is translated into common in your mind magically, and you hear a voice. Well, you hear the magical translation of the voice say, "I can tell you where Hecaton is."
That'd be really helpful, actually.
I'm going to try to detect thoughts, I guess.
Okay.
And now we'll go ahead and invoke the wisdom on it. I'll spend a spell scroll or a third level spell slot in order to try to detect what he's thinking.
Make an intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence save. Ooh.
You, for a brief second, make instant contact with a consciousness beyond anything you've made a psychic link with before. This is like water hose versus all of the volume of the ocean. Like it's
Yeah.
a massive amount of psionic power is so great that whatever this is not attacking you, but it has so much psionic power that you just can't look into it. You just instantly are overwhelmed, and you drop unconscious.
Sure. Before I go unconscious, I'm going to try to cast a 4th level dimension door back to my teammates for me and Ymir.
I don't think you would have time,
Okay, sure. So I'll just pass out.
because that was all
I
just
mean-
an instant connection. You just instantly were overwhelmed and just fall over.
Now, Ymir, you still have Bardic Inspiration, so you can attempt to do whatever you want. But I'm passed out.
You fall over backwards so your mirror's face is on the ground.
The voice says, "The storm giants are useful to me sometimes. I could show you where he went."
That'd be pretty helpful, actually.
He has gone beyond my sight, but a spell was cast in my domain. A teleportation spell. After the teleportation spell ended, within merely a few moments, Hecaton had disappeared from all divination. And I know where that teleportation spell. I know the destination of that spell. I know all magic all powerful magic that happens in the trackless sea. I'm aware of it.
So could you tell us the
All magic
destination?
in the sea.
I've seen your experience. Go back to the storm giants. Tell tell whatever their leader is now. Tell them I will reveal where Hecaton is, or at least his last known location before his disappearance. I'm willing to offer this goodwill to one who dwells in my domain because he is peaceful and sometimes he rids me of nuisances. But tell the storm giants that they must give me the Wormskull throne. Bring the throne to the farthest south beach on the Purple Rocks. Leave it there on the beach. My speaker will be there, waiting for you. If you do this, he will tell you where Hecaton is. And then black blood just starts pouring out of Drahlin's nose. And then he just falls over into the floor, just face plants in the floor. And because you're a Scion, you're a Githzerai, you know that he has been psionically overwhelmed, and he might die, but he might not die. And whatever psionic mind that contacted him is obviously something that's powerful. And you're probably, well, make an Arcana check actually. Since you're a psionic person, you might know something about it. I will say that you are aware that it seems to be not of the far realm. The far realm meaning like aberrations and, mind flayers and stuff like that. It was something psionic, but not necessarily like far realm Lovecraftian type of stuff. It was something else, something possibly of this plane.
Okay.
And I mean, you can roll insight on that too if you want to see if it was telling the truth.
I was gonna say, yeah, I guess that's the best call. Is
Um, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell, but it doesn't seem like there was any lies to it. I mean, it was pretty clear what they wanted and what they were getting out of it.
Can I perhaps make a history check to see if I would have any knowledge of what creatures or beings would have that type of psionic power?
Yeah.
Big one.
Remember, you've got
I'm gonna also use. I have.
inspiration. Yeah, it's a 1d6.
I have. Well, yeah. I also have the. What do you call it? The will and woe, where I can roll an additional d6 for an ability check. So
Right.
I'll do
Ooh.
that.
All right. 25. There's only one being that would make sense for what just happened. Besides, it could have been some kind of meddling of some god or demon or whatever, but it really feels like it was not to you because you're experienced with psionics. The only thing that would make sense for this is a being that is worshipped by people up and down the trackless sea in secret. It is an ancient kraken known as Slarkrithel,
Okay.
who is called in whispers, the Lord of the Trackless Sea.
So that just adds more credibility to what he's saying.
And there's really nothing else from history that would make any sense to you at all to have that type of psionic power.
And, in context of what he was talking about, too.
And you also know that the Purple Rocks are associated with cults of Slarkrithel. Like there's stories of people offering their babies to the water, and their babies return as deformed people.
Simic.
I will
Hybrids.
vomit out
Yeah.
a fountain of black blood.
Well, you have no one to carry you, so you can either heal him, or I guess you could carry yourself with Mage Hand. I don't know.
Wait. Okay, wait a minute. I'm confused. Who's on the floor dying?
Kronos is unconscious from psychic damage,
Just unconscious.
and Caspier Dryland is basically the same. 0 HP from psychic damage.
Okay, I didn't realize that both of them were taking psychic. Okay, sorry, that makes sense.
No,
now.
it's more like he got fried from trying to detect thoughts on who apparently was Slurkerthel.
Well,
It's
yeah,
like-
I just didn't realize that he also fell into a crazy thing too. I thought it was just the first dude.
Yeah, when
okay,
he-
well,
When he used Detect Thoughts, he basically plugged in to a mainframe and overloaded his brain.
I see. Okay. Well, I guess I have healing word. I could just be like, get up, cast healing word on him. I don't know if that would help, but wait,
Yeah.
actually, would I like? Can I make a check to figure out what would help?
That'll help. That'll bring him back to consciousness. He'll still have
Okay.
a severe headache, but it'll bring him
Okay.
back to consciousness.
I will do that then.
And also keep in mind the optics if you leave this room and Lord Dryland's unconscious,
Yeah.
dying, bloody bodies on the floor.
I mean, I can bring him back up too, probably. If it works, I'll see. I don't know if it works or not. I'll give it a shot.
Sure.
You do that, and he starts stirring around a little bit, and there's still black blood pouring out of his nose. And he tries
I will mage hand and carry myself over to him, and I'll be over the top of him, and I'll use magic word, and I'll be like, what's the word? It would be relax, and I'll do the whole spiel like I'm like one of those hypnotizers, and I'll be like, you are
Yeah.
okay. The heaviness is leaving your mind. You are feeling lighter. You are going to be okay. And I'll cast healing word.
I'll cast fourth level. As soon as I come to, I'll cast fourth level Dimension Door me, and Yaman out back to
Okay.
our team on Dog.
And as you're dimension dooring out, you hear Dryland say, "I'm sorry, I didn't know you were allies of the Master," and you teleport away.
I'll give him a wink. And a mage hand thumbs up.
Yes.
All right, so you guys appear back down here. Whoops. You don't get to take the octopus with you. Sorry.
No.
You appear down here, and these two guards are like, "What?"
Oh, you're back.
Ah,
And Kronos looks like he's had something happen to him.
I'm fine.
you look worse than
look
when you
fine.
read that book and drove yourself to insanity.
I'm gonna cough up just lines of
Cocaine.
congealed blood. Yeah.
Hmm. Well, what did you learn?
Do you have a fucking napkin? You fucking imbecile.
Who are you addressing? Are you talking to me?
You have no hands, so I assume you don't have any napkins.
Little do you know he has many napkins.
His psionic napkins.
Mage hand could be used for that, I guess.
Yeah.
Prestidigitation of my lower nostrils.
We should probably have this conversation somewhere that's not on the docks by this boat.
I'm gonna sneeze a freaking torrent of blood onto you. the left guy.
It's like, "Oh man, are you okay?"
I'm fine. It's COVID-19.
Shit.
Shit.
He doesn't know what it is, but he doesn't recognize.
sounds
like,
bad.
Oh, fuck. Sounds bad.
Sounds bad.
Yep.
It's like 19 times better than regular COVID.
right.
So, do you guys want to go? I guess back to the. I guess you could go back to the One-Eyed Jacks or somewhere else.
Yeah, we should probably go back to some place that's not the docks.
Not the
Yeah.
docks, sure.
Or just into some alley somewhere. It doesn't matter.
Just like go the seediest alley we can find.
There's,
Yeah,
all the
basically,
alleys are
I've-
seedy
I've
here.
leaked half of my body weight.
Oh,
in
they're
blood.
all seedy. It's Luskin, they're all seedy.
Yep.
Now we'll sit there and
We'll try to
just-
find an alley that doesn't have a drug dealer in it.
All right, I'll sneeze blood in the alley.
All right, and you have to make an investigation check of 25 to find one that doesn't have drug dealers.
Shit.
Actually, I'm pretty smart. I know a lot about this stuff, so if you want, I can make an investigation check.
Go for
Never
it.
mind. Oh, okay.
I'll give
I mean,
whoever has the highest investigation guidance. I have a -1, so not it.
You find an alleyway that you think is uninhabited.
There's probably a drug dealer here.
14,
That's-
dang it!
Jesus.
I will expound all that we've learned.
Oh, wait.
Like lowest possible numbers just about on everything.
I do have one more thing. Oh,
Mhm.
no, this is not a... Is it a wisdom?
Intelligence.
This is not
You
wisdom.
still have bardic inspiration too.
I
Those
guess...
D6s that he just rolled ones on?
Well, no, I have this thing where if I finish a long rest, like what I did last night, if I get even, anytime anybody within 30 feet of me makes an attack roll, saving throw, or an ability check, I can use a reaction to roll a d6 and add the number to the roll total. So that's what I did. And I tried to do it, and then it didn't go, and I tried to do it, and it did it again, and then it just rolled ones on both of them.
Yeah, but
If you roll another one though, we're gonna be in an alley that's just completely full of an entire meeting of drug dealers.
Yep. It's a bad omen.
you're like 25, right? There's no way in hell you're gonna get up there.
Well, if I had a, what do you call it? If it was a wisdom check, I could use my psychic dice replacement skill thing, but...
Just
I
go
don't even
get
think
in the
we
inn and
roll
go
that.
or something, or
Do
go
what?
down to the beach or something. Like some places, either get a private room at an inn or go down to the beach where like nobody might be.
Yeah.
Well, you guys found an alley that seems to be uninhabited.
Yeah, there's probably a drug dealer down here. That's fine.
There should be, at least, absolutely.
In Kronos, you're gonna tell everyone what happened.
Okay. For shits and giggles, then I'll cast one of truth around us, and then just kind of yell out if anybody else is. Ask if there's anybody else in our vicinity.
Anybody selling drugs?
There's no response.
So we're clear for 15 feet. You can just whisper. We can keep this quiet if if there's like secretive and stuff.
Can't you just communicate telepathically with everybody?
No.
The guy who's on
I
the
can't.
boat that can tell us who it was. I don't know. I gotta hurry because otherwise I'm gonna get hiccups.
Also, all of you have to speak the truth, by the way, unless you make a charisma save.
I think Hector is a homosexual.
Speaks truth.
Well, he thinks
Also,
that.
I think Ollie could be a homosexual.
Make a charisma save.
Also, I think that I might be a homosexual.
That isn't me. I don't think any of that's relevant.
Okay, so he explains all the shit that happened in there. So you're now aware. All of you are now aware of. But, I mean, does Ymir share with the group his suspicions of what he talked to?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. I don't have any reason to not.
Alright, so it seems that a Kraken has offered you information in exchange for an ancient storm giant artifact.
Seems trustworthy, but in my experience, not all Krakens are trustworthy. The last Kraken I dealt with, his name was Kuckendale. He's not so trustworthy.
Cookendale.
Can do.
Alright, David, if you need to hop off, you just do it whenever you need
Did,
to.
did Cookendale have sexual relations with your woman?
Negative. Kirkendale is a kraken.
I'm finished with this world.
But yeah, if you need to hop off, just let us know when, so we'll know if you miss
Yeah,
anything later.
If you guys want to keep going, I'll just catch up on the stream.
Yeah, as long as we know what to catch you up on, we'll be good.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's up to you guys if you want to what you want to make with that information. If you want to use the conch to go back and tell the storm giants, or if you want to do something else.
Does the conch give me a headache? Is it weird or is it okay whenever we travel that way?
It's okay, I guess. Yeah,
Okay.
unless you
Just
blow
a
it really
magic-
hard.
And then I don't
just a
care one way or
magic
another.
teleporter.
Seems like that's our best lead so far.
I
Finding
will
that dude.
blow the conch half-heartedly.
All right,
What, right now? Damn it.
all right. You guys all get teleported to the maelstrom.
Did we get a drug dealer to come with us too?
Oh, dude.
Let me see if I can find the right floor. There could have been a drug dealer brought along. You don't know. Let me find the right. Okay, yeah, this is the right floor.
Because there's nobody within 15 feet of us.
That's true.
They would have had
It-
to answer.
As soon as we appear, I'm just gonna fall on all fours and start puking up black blood.
Okay, the fire giant and frost giant are gone now, and you guys teleport in out back here where you teleported in last time, and they let you in again, and Sarissa is sitting in a different chair now, and you see Imperator Uthor, the brother of Hecaton.
I will say, Sarissa, Lordess of the Wet Shirt, we have appeared with more information on your father, Hecaton.
You found him?
Not precisely, and I'll begin to puke black blood on the floor in front of her.
This guy over here says, "You okay, man? Need something to drink?"
You okay, man?
Okay, bro.
I think you'll be okay.
Mactor's gonna step forward. We'll talk to the proprietor of the Grand Dame, where the token you gave us come from. We found, we ended up getting in contact with a being called Stockerthil, the Kraken.
And then
Lord of
Uthor like squeezes on his weapon. And he goes, "The Kraken has him. I knew it."
And Hector raised his hand. No, I believe he may have been acting for another, but he did say he could give us the information about where he's at in exchange for something. He wanted the Worm Skull throne. And that's why we came down here to you, to see what you thought of this situation.
Do you think he's just trying to trick us into giving him the throne?
Well, I rolled really high on my insight, so I think he was telling the truth.
just straight up. Just, I rolled really high on it. So it's fine.
Yep.
Uthor says, "That Kraken's some kind of ancient alien being that's beyond our thought processes. There's no way to know what his intentions are."
I will let them know that he never actually revealed who he was to me. I just knew who that was. And it sounded like he didn't necessarily have or capture him, but it was more of because of his vast power over his domain, he knew that he teleported, and he said that he would give us the location to where he teleported in exchange for the throne.
Uthor says, it's your decision, princess. I'm not sure what to do here. Hecaton would know what to do. And she looks all worried and says, it's worth it to get him back. If you think this will
Special.
work,
First place.
if you think this will work, I'll trade this stupid throne for my father back any day.
Okay.
But how are we going to
You'll
move
need-
it? If anyone touches it shocks you.
Let's see. Can I?
I will
Well,
say
people
to,
would probably try to dispel magic on it, and it probably didn't work. So
I
Mhm.
will say to Hector, is there any way that you can form a teleportation circle around the?
It's too big.
edifice that is this?
The only place we could teleport it via that method would be the ancient giant library, on account of the large size of the circle. But I can tell you that would not be very helpful.
I don't know how to move
Not
it
to-
even in there.
what is it sitting on?
Floats.
It floats, yeah. Let's see
Oh.
if I- let's see
In
if I
that
find a
case,
picture.
can you just can I just go Bulbasaur on it and cast Vine Whip and just pull it?
There you go. That's what it looks like.
Guess
Can
gust
I-
of wind if it moves.
Yeah, or like if I just use Thorn Whip, can I grab it and just pull it?
You might get electrocuted.
It doesn't move if you do that. It would require a large amount of force to move it.
I ask what's so special about this chair in the first place? Like, why? Because Emerith ganked the scepter that supposedly controls the chair, right? So
Yeah, but this
Mhm.
chair is set upon 4 ancient blue dragons.
It
So you
is.
assume that its power somehow connected.
Is it- so that's what I'm trying to get. Like, is it just raw power, or is it do something else that's so special? Or
So I got a question. If you touch it, it shocks you, right?
Yeah.
But is
Shit.
it like you get close to it, does it shock you, or only when you touch it?
Only when you touch it.
Okay,
Well,
and
has
we're like in an ocean area, right?
Yeah.
Okay, could I cast Shape Water to coat the entire throne in water and then freeze the water so we can grab it?
Potentially.
This is what it
Giants
says.
do not have some concept of how to move this thing?
It hasn't moved in like 1,000 years. And
I was gonna say this is its spot for a while.
this cloud giant steps up and he says, actually
Actually,
this throne gives the storm giant that attunes to it the power to control weather, and it is rumored to have other abilities such as flight and the ability to conjure lightning. It requires at least one of the ancient scepters of Shanatar to control it. And legend is that if someone assembled all 5 ancient scepters of Shanatar simultaneously and broke them all, it would cause the Wormskull throne to be destroyed, and that is the only method by which it can be destroyed. That is the legend.
Well, we're not trying to destroy it. We're just trying to move it. And if the legend says that it can fly and electrocute people, probably true, since it's literally flying right now and it electrocutes people if you touch it.
well, and it could also not be able to be destroyed unless you have all 5 scepters of Shantar. So
Yeah.
With the inherent resistance inborn in the blood of the storm giants, perhaps if one of us were to imbue you with further resistance to this electricity, perhaps that would provide enough immunity for a short time to move the throne.
I'm gonna cast Power of Death on the Cloud Giant with the shiny glasses. I'm just kidding.
So I'm already resistant to lightning damage, and when I touched it, this some bit shocked the shit out of me and took like over half my health. That's
Yep.
resisted damage.
Yeah, so you'd have to get full
But-
immunity.
So I can get full immunity if I activate Storm Girdle, but that's only for a minute, and I might go crazy enough to just fight everybody in here instead.
I will give Carvrax Bardic Inspiration and hope for him the best when trying to power lift the Wormskull Throne.
Okay.
Uthor says, "I'll do it. I'll take it if it works, but you all have to stay at least 100 feet from me, because if we go in the water, it'll conduct it." And then Sarissa says, "No, I want to go." He goes, "No, we can't trust this kraken. You stay here where it's safe."
And I'll say no. Your body is too infallible when combined with Wetisha to allow you to do this.
I'm gonna slap Kronos.
It's like the third or fourth time you slapped him.
Make a charisma check.
Oh shit!
Mine
Charisma?
just getting a concussion.
Persuasion, I guess. To seduce the 30-foot tall princess. Okay,
Well-
she blushes a little bit.
Yes. Indeed.
Whoever wrote this module obviously has a thing for the giantesses, but anyway.
Exactly.
So
Oh Lord.
Vol, the cloud giant, casts protection from energy on Uthor, and he goes over to the throne and touches it. Doesn't do anything to him. And then he puts his hand on it, and lightning starts shooting out from where his hand is, but it doesn't seem to hurt him.
Nice.
She's like, "All right, where we got to go?"
I'll let him know. We gotta go.
Purple rocks.
The cloud giant says, "I can
South
cast
of Viet-
I can cast this on you 2 more times, and that will buy us about 3 hours. Perhaps that is enough time to get there."
How long is it gonna take?
The Purple Rocks is not very far from here.
You say you gotta add in Power of Death because I hate this fucking Cloud Giant.
It is completely off the map, though. It has its own map. For some reason. It's 775 miles west of Neverwinter, apparently.
So we're gonna have to be booking it if we're gonna get there in 3 hours.
Well, the Storm Giant can probably get there in 3 hours. I don't think you guys can, but... Unless you guys have some kind of magic.
I mean, I can pollen work into like something that swims real fast.
I can double cast Dimension Door for 1,000 feet. I mean,
Do you remember?
Almost half a mile.
Do you guys recall back when we crossed the swamp on floating discs that we cast on each other?
not like this.
That was pretty fucking fast.
Are you suggesting we do that again?
We could do that again and have. We just need a propulsive force.
Storm
Alright.
Giant, maybe.
I mean, I can cast polymorph on something.
Guess I could.
Just make a swim like to a whale or some crap. Maybe I don't know. So just
Oh.
swim.
No,
Right.
we gotta go faster than that.
Uh,
Sure.
We're gonna-
Sarissa says, I have a pet orca. He's fast, but you can't breathe underwater, right? She genuinely does no idea if any of you can breathe underwater.
no, I
That
don't think we have. I don't have
that
any
should be a
spells.
problem, honestly. But I think there's just like getting to a point where we can go really fast is going to be. I mean, pushing ourselves to go fast is going to be the thing. If we only have like 3 hours, you know what I'm saying?
Well, Uthor can go super fast because he's a
hours
storm
is the
giant.
That's 3 hours.
Yeah.
Well, so here's the deal. So we could have Here we go. Yep. So I can use my ceremony of investiture, and I can give everybody a charge of this this magic disc, and it lasts 1 hour. And so as long as we stay more than what is it? Let's see here.
30.
You have to be more than 20 feet from each other's discs, from your own disc, but you can get on each other's disc. And so basically you make a train across the water of these discs, and whoever's in the lead disc will have a rope, and then have Uthor just booking it ahead of us, pulling us as fast as he can go.
So
The only thing
you're
slowing us
one
down
off.
is their resistance.
Give him one, so he casts the disc, and like you hop on that, and your disc, like
Or
can hop on, and then Kronos' discs I can hop on, and then my disc Darley can hop on.
are you
I
guys?
mean,
Sorry, are we planning on stopping at 10?
David has to
Keep
stop
going.
at 10.
I
It
gotta
depends.
hop off. Go help Emily with the baby. It's,
Okay.
We're getting
Well,
ready to have to.
I
in the background.
I'm just ahead, so I'm gonna let you figure out how we're gonna get there because I need to go. My roommate needs a ride real quick to work, so I'm gonna
Okay,
all right.
take care of
Alright.
that. So
go ahead. Just ahead, so.
Just
Okay, so you're gonna have
We
to.
have a baby, so I may go ahead and hop off now. 10 was kind of
Yeah,
like.
yeah,
Let me go ahead and take off now.
Sure.
I understand.
All
Yeah,
right.
you said it was a hard line, so
Yeah, you're not gonna miss much.
Check the stream to see what I missed, or you guys can just
Yeah.
catch me up if it's just a few.
yeah,
Yeah, you're not gonna miss much.
right.
I'll holler at you guys later.
Yep.
So you
Just,
guys will have to travel from the bottom of the sea to the Purple Rocks, unless you want to teleport somewhere and then travel there.
oh my gosh, I don't think I can teleport any closer, any place any closer than that though.
No, not really.
We're really gonna have to. We're gonna have to try and figure out some floating dish shenanigans,
Okay,
aren't
well, okay. So I have a question for the DM.
I mean, between
Mhm.
floating discs and my 4th level dimension door, we can probably fucking.
How far down are we?
The bottom of the ocean.
That's
we? Yeah, we're pretty far down.
Yep.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, your hypotenuse is 775 miles to Neverwinter, so you have to take into account where we were at versus where it's giving us. So
You can ride an orca if you can find a way to breathe underwater. Or Ymir can wild shape into some kind of aquatic creature.
Thinking surely there's got to be
That
surely there's got to be a way to get up to the surface from the maelstrom down here.
well, Hecaton has that divination room that you guys used before that can allow you to cast teleport, but that comes with risk of,
Yeah, you need to know where you're going,
yeah.
which is that we don't like. We've never been there. We don't, and like none of us really know much about it other than there's purple rocks, and if we just say, "Oh, purple rocks," and we try to teleport, then God knows where you're going to end up.
You can try to teleport in the water near purple rocks and probably won't die, but it depends on how the spell depends on if there's any, mishaps with the spell.
Yeah, and when you
okay,
when you
let's say that
teleport-
I cast that when we were at Purple Rocks, and I commune with the person that I contacted from other planes. Is that going to put us kind of in the same spot?
the hell are
That's
you
where we
talking
want
about?
to go.
No, probably not.
God damn.
Okay, so you guys, let's see. Only know the description. So
Yeah,
there's a 43% chance of a mishap, and the rest of it is either similar target or on target. And a mishap is force damage, 3d10 force damage, not that bad. And the DM rerolls on the table to see where you wind up.
That could be another mishap.
Yeah.
Well, obviously that's the only way to go with it, though.
So do you want to roll the dice, or do you want to MacGyver up some kind of other option?
Let's have Ymir roll up the dice because he still has Bardic Inspiration.
No.
And
It's just a D100, so the Bardic Inspiration wouldn't do anything. You can use scrying to look at a place, and then you know it, and then not have mishaps. I don't know if any of you can do that, but
I don't think I'm high enough level to have scrying.
I thought Ector had scrying from the book.
Hector does not have scrying. He does have divination. So if you want to smoke some incense, we can. Yeah, but I don't know how much help that's going to help because it's basically you ask a question.
it can tell you if you'll have a mishap.
Yeah, it can be like, yeah, you're going to have a mishap. It's like it's probably not the greatest idea ever.
I mean, you'll know before you do it if you want to do
I
that.
feel like you can figure that out from the first debate. You know what I mean, just putting into layman's terms.
Gosh.
You can cast divination, and then I'll roll, and then you'll know whether or not you will have a mishap if you choose to teleport.
Yes.
And that'll, of course, expend your first divination of the day, but otherwise it doesn't cost anything.
What else do we have in here?
We literally have nothing else.
Baloney, we do. No. Can the giants tell us just about how far into the surface we are?
Yeah, they can tell you. The
I'd
distance
be
to
curious
the...
to know.
Yeah, I don't know how far is it to the bottom of the ocean. I don't know.
I mean, you're talking miles, I think. At least if you're talking like the deepest part of the ocean, the Mariana
I mean, you
Trench.
could be
under the
also
ocean.
talking nautical knots. I mean, you don't really know.
I don't
Right.
know.
It
Let's
depends
say
on whatever their dimension is.
4 miles.
Jesus Christ! All right, it's a long way.
The Mariana Trench is 7 miles, so I'll just say 4 miles.
Yeah.
So half that, yeah, sure. Whatever.
It is called the
Okay.
Trackless Sea, so
4 miles.
15
Yeah,
miles.
Well, the thing is like if you just go out and like swim in that, you'll just be crushed to death.
Pressure would
We're
destroy
not
it.
swimming.
that's
We're
true.
not swimming.
That is a good point.
You would.
We're not
be-
swimming it.
This,
You would. Be,
Where-
the,
Are we gonna just MacGyver a fucking submarine at a certain point? Like,
the water breathing spell will protect you from water pressure if you have
Yes.
that.
gosh, I wish I had that. I have enlarge.
It's like
Be
that
really big
fucking
and die.
Melancholy Hill from Gorillas.
So, what do you guys want to do? Basically, you can
Obviously, I just want to contact other planes, but I can't do that right now.
you can try to teleport. You can teleport to a teleportation circle in Waterdeep, and then travel 700 miles to get there. Or
Well, yeah, if we did that, the only thing is we've got all these giants with us, so it can't. You just don't want to just teleport someplace. You know what I'm talking about?
well, if a storm giant can swim there in like 2 or 3 hours, because they can control the water and shit. Move super fast.
Oh, so is this just a matter of us getting there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was trying to think of a way to get the throne there too, but if he's taking the throne, okay, that's a little easier to think about.
Yeah, he can carry it while he's immune to electricity, but if anybody gets near it, the water will conduct it. Yeah.
yeah, that could be bad.
So okay. So yeah, we could go to golly. So what's the closest teleport circle I got? Would that be Waterdeep because it's right by the water?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so all right. So we'll have to go to Waterdeep. And then once we get there, I'll have to invest 1, 2, 3, 4, all of us with a magic disc. Then we'll make a chain.
I mean, the
Now
other
guys-
option is Neverwinter, because we actually have a base amount of information for that.
I don't. How long would it take you to travel 700 miles? I think the disc would end before then.
No, you get 1 hour. So we need to go 700 miles an hour. So that's what I got to figure out.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm working on right now. Small detail.
Let me find the Jeopardy music. Hold on.
That's appropriate, yeah.
God, yeah, the only way we could make that work. Oh gosh, how would we make that work? We need jet power. What could harness such power? That'd be enough. The thing is, if we go that fast, we're going to like literally tear all my clothes off. That won't
Yeah.
work.
I think there might be other logistical issues.
I mean,
700 miles an
just
hour.
saying. I think we could get the speed. There's other problems.
I'm dead.
What? What do
Just
you mean?
bled to death.
I mean, I'm pretty interested to see what happens if we start rolling on this teleport table, but
Oh.
it is risky.
It's quite risky.
Let's do it. Fuck it.
Teleport circle, we could just try that and hope for the best, I
Well,
suppose.
The teleport circle is certain locations, so I can do that. What Brett's talking about is in the meditation chamber. There's a teleport rune we can use, but we don't know this location so good.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so
In my opinion, we're thinking too much on it. We should just roll on it.
In my
Probably.
opinion,
Roll the
we're not
dice.
doing that. No. Okay.
Are we
okay,
men or are we sandwiches? Let's do this.
Shut up.
Which-
Okay, I
That
got
do
it. I got it.
okay.
Got it. We're
Does-
Okay, you know-
sandwiches.
No, I got it.
Oh,
Okay, you know who's okay? So none of us can scry.
Right.
Sure. You know who we know that can scry?
right.
Laurel Silverhand. So we
Mhm.
could have her, or maybe we could get a scroll of scrying or something along those lines. Then we could scry.
And so use
together.
her as a medium to teleport from?
Yeah, well, so to speak. So we
Sure.
know what the location's all about.
I'll give you Bardic Inspiration for that.
Okay.
Is that possible, GM?
If she casts it and describes it to you, that would be the same as the Storm Giants describing it to you.
Okay.
You'd have to actually
And I'll-
see it to make a difference.
What level? What the heck? Hold on. What level is scrying anyway?
It's 5th level.
Yeah, 5th.
Oh,
I think
And
Ymir
you've got-
might be able to cast it if he has it prepared.
Well, both you and Ymir have Bardic Inspiration still.
okay. Well, shit. We'll go to Waterdeep.
What is it that you're wanting me to
Shit, when are we
cast?
gonna go
They're wondering if anybody can cast scrying.
Scrying. I have Augury as an at will, but I've never read the spell description, so I don't know what it does.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's just a yes or no. Technically, you're just rolling the fucking magic 8-ball to see what it is.
Okay. I don't
So-
think I have scrying.
They're talking about using the teleport to go to Purple Rocks, but you guys have never been there, so there's chance of mishap. So they're wondering if there's a way to scry on it to lower the chance of mishap.
Right. So what he was doing is he was basically saying that he was going to use Laeral Silverhand as a scrying medium.
So it doesn't really
So-
work that way.
I guess I
It
have a
does, though.
question. Is there plants over there?
On
'Cause the
yeah,
thing
it's
is,
a
is
beach.
I
Yeah.
could just leave y'all here, and then I could just like polymorph into some thing, and I could swim there, and then I could find a tree of any kind or plant or whatever, because I have the ability to teleport to other plants that I've physically been to.
Sure.
So if there's any plant type stuff here, I could just like teleport everybody once I get there.
Yeah,
Will
that
that
would
work?
work. That would work. Yeah, you'd have to cast it twice, right? Or is it two-way?
Well, I mean, I could either swim there and find a tree and swim back and teleport us all there, or I could swim there and then teleport from a tree back. And I think it opens a gateway. I don't know if it's too. I'm actually driving right now, so you'd have to look up this spell, but it's like
Okay.
pass through plants or teleport through plants or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like a 5th or 6th level spell.
All right. A magical link. Any creature can step into the plane and exit from the Yeah, you can go both ways,
Yep, we.
but it's a 6-second thing.
One round.
So you would just open it, and then everybody would have to jump through the other side.
I got it. We'll have to climb on Darley, and then Darley just goes in. So we have to be ready.
Yes.
So yeah, that would work. You'll just have to wild shape into some kind of aquatic thing.
The thing is, you have to find a large or larger inanimate plant.
Have to find a large what?
A large plant.
I'm sure there's all kinds of like plants and trees and stuff, right?
I would imagine. I think we're gonna find a plant in this cave then, in the maelstrom. For
Oh, there's all kinds of seaweed and shit. Here you go, back here, down to the left.
transport via seaweed.
What is the fuck is this room? Let me look it up. They have this whole thing detailed out like a dungeon in case the players just start murder hoboing and don't do any diplomacy and just start killing all the storm giants. But the problem is if they do that, the module is just over. So, but I'm sure a decent amount of groups do that.
Oh yeah.
At least until they get to the throne room and Imrith
Yeah,
kills
that's a
them.
pretty big anemone kind of thing.
Okay, this is King Hecaton's council room. Nice. There are giant-sized wooden bookshelves covered in nautical charts, and 2 anemones that contain a bunch of money. Nice. Platinum pieces. And yeah, that's it. It's a council room. What is the thing at the top? That is a... It doesn't say what this thing at the top is. I don't know. I guess some kind of light. There's a giant table that's shaped like a mussel. Anyway, you guys can travel via anemone.
Is that some kind of pun? An anemone full of money?
Probably.
Quite the quip.
Okay.
So I guess Tommy can pick. He's not here anymore, I don't think. He can pick some kind of
I was just-
creature. Oh, you're there. Okay.
I'm just muted. Sorry. Yeah, I'm driving, so I was trying to like just have it on mute. That
I
way
gotcha.
you can get feedback.
Is there any specific water creature you want to turn into?
I guess something that's not really perceived as a threat.
Snail.
No,
So,
no, no,
like,
no, no.
a
Fuck
giant
snails.
killer whale.
Snails
or
are
something?
insane. Like, I will not attack a snail just because of, post. Anyway.
Do you know what the highest level thing you can turn into is?
That I do not know. Because I'm driving right now, so I don't have access.
Yeah, I can
Well,
look it up.
Apologies. But, I mean, I'm sure I could turn into some sort of poisonous-looking fish so that other creatures won't eat me, or maybe a dolphin. They're fast, or a shark. Something. What's something that people don't want to eat Pufferfish.
A shark.
Wait a minute. I don't actually have to swim. I could just turn into a bird and fly, right?
Yeah, but you're at the bottom
Yeah.
of the ocean right now. So
Oh.
Right.
you could turn into a fish and go to the surface and then turn into a bird and fly.
That's true. I could do that.
It looks like CR2 creatures you could turn into.
Okay.
Which I will look up. Because I have a druid character sheet right here.
Nice.
Extras. You can. Well, you can't turn into a water elemental, but. Baboon. Boar, no. Camel, no. Crab, no. Giant crab, and that's not really any better. Giant goat? No.
Giant goat.
Oh yeah.
Giant octopus moves. Has a 60-foot swim speed. It's pretty fast.
I mean,
Mike.
Reef Shark is challenge rating 1/2. I just asked Google.
Yeah, it might be the fastest. Hang on, walrus. Walrus has a 40-foot swim
Oh.
speed. It's pretty fast.
Dude, thick boy.
How fast is a seahorse? Oh, not very fast. Reef shark is 40.
Yeah,
Please,
Hunter
please,
Shark
the
is
source
40.
40. I think giant octopus is the fastest one I found.
I'll get leggy with it.
Dolphin is 60 also. Dolphin's pretty fast.
But I probably shouldn't turn into a dolphin at the bottom of the sea. I still have to breathe regular air.
That's true, yeah. So you can
No,
turn
I-
into a giant octopus, go to the surface, and then turn into a giant eagle and fly.
Yep.
Okay, just to expedite things, we'll just say that happens.
ATD, I'm an Alter Ranger.
Alterator.
Yep.
Play by play.
So, do you guys think we should? Basically, there's just going to be. You're going to go to the beach, and then a creepy guy's going to tell you the information. You're going to leave. So, should we do that now, or should we save it?
Listen, there's this fucking giant fucking octopus. This fucking looks exactly what you're saying. 86 miles off the coast.
I mean, whatever, man. Let's do it.
Yeah, we'll do it. Let's meet this,
Um,
this fella.
Let's just
Yeah.
assume that Cronus's HP is for this information.
Is one.
I mean, I just got slapped by Carbrex's gauntlet, so
No, he offered me a gauntlet for slapping
it's
me with.
it's canon. I mean, he offered you the gauntlet, and then you slapped me with it. So
You haven't done anything silly lately.
I've done a lot of things silly lately. I don't know what you're talking about.
You've been slapped multiple times.
Yes.
Or attempted slapping multiple times, anyway.
I'm looking for a picture of a creepy beach. Um,
Jared's got hiccups. You're gonna give him a minute.
Perfect.
Like I wouldn't mention it normally, but it's like pretty bad.
I swear to Pelor, I'm not God.
Are you okay over there? I keep making him laugh and it makes him hiccup more.
It's only been like 6 shots. That's the sad thing. Ugh, fuck you.
I don't know why you're hiccuping so much.
I don't drink every day, unlike you.
Go have some of that coffee.
No. I'll be up till like tomorrow. Fuck you.
You'll be up past tomorrow if you drink that coffee. I made this cold brew and I oversteeped it, and so it's very, very strong.
Excellent.
Oh, is that why you were saying you were seeing cut like
Yeah, that
seeing
was earlier.
sounds
I drank
earlier?
a mug of it. And I was like, oh wait.
When he says cold brew, he literally means that he steeped it for 24 hours before he. God damn it!
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah.
It's pretty. I drank a mug of it and I was like, wait, this is not regular coffee. I've made a mistake.
Blow out all the air in
Use
your
the
lungs.
nitrous oxide so you can make that nitro coffee.
Have you had the
Yeah.
canned nitro yet, Tommy?
I've not had, no, I've not had the
It's fucked up. If you take it and you turn it more than halfway over, it goes flat. It's
really
weird.
It sucks.
Jordan ordered it from Amazon, and it was in like, I don't know, like isolated boxes. So if you tried to turn any singular, never mind. I'm too busy fucking hiccuping to explain this.
It wasn't very good nitro either. It was like half-ass nitro.
It's gonna be hard to have good nitro can, to be honest.
If you want to nitrogenate it yourself, you can do it, but you're gonna have to A, buy the tank, B, buy the fittings, and C, buy the nitrogenator, which is $450.
And it's not gonna be as good.
Or maybe if you
It's
drink
not
a
gonna be the
lot of
industrial-
nitro.
It's not gonna be the industrial version.
I mean, if you had that set up though, you could have as much as you wanted.
Still can, it's just more expensive.
It's basically nitro on demand, and you could nitrogenate anything. You could nitrogenate milk.
Wow.
Please shut up.
Why would you think about that?
Alright, now let me try to drag this marker all the way down. There's so many slots in here. Okay, there we go.
Oh god.
Just don't look too closely at it. It's fine.
It's pretty creepy. There's a lot of unidentified ruins around here.
It's fine. No big deal. So, we'll just say that Ymir manages to travel there using his animal forms, and then you guys are sitting in front of this giant anemone waiting for like 2 hours, just chilling there with the giantess waifu, and then suddenly a glowing gate appears, and Darley grabs all of you and drags you through it. And you're pulled out of a giant patch of seaweed onto this gloomy shoreline, the purple rocks, and you see the storm giant Imperator Uthor sitting on one of these giant rocks nearby, and sitting right in the middle of the beach there is the Wormskull throne still floating. And he says, if they don't keep their word, are we gonna kill them? You gonna help me fight them?
They break their word, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you, tall dude.
I was gonna kind of aside see if I could have Carver have Zone of Truth ready.
Okay.
You know, just so this this guy does show up. Picture he actually does tell us. I don't know if that guy's into double crossing, but we'll see.
Yeah. So about 5 minutes later, you see a figure coming down the shore, from the rocks, and they're moving so gracefully. It's almost like they're gliding. They have black robes, and when they get closer, you can see that they have a veil completely over their head.
Okay.
You can't see any of their features at all.
I will catch Eldritch Blast.
No.
You don't have that spell. So
I will not cast anything.
Slight problem. You don't have that spell.
the figure kind of glides up closer. It doesn't get too close for some reason. Its head is cocked toward the throne, which to it is giant. It's humanoid size. Yeah. And it says that is satisfactory.
Is this not the worm skull throne you seek?
Come, I will show you. And it holds its hand out toward the closest person, who happens to be Darley.
Of course it's Darley.
I will cast Bardic Inspiration on Darley.
All right.
Okay.
So do you do it?
Can I make an insight check to see if this is wise?
Sure. You would know that they are potentially planning on transmitting data via psionics, and which is something that's easier to do with physical contact.
Do I think that Darley's brain will be okay?
Darley's brain is probably not going to be okay.
Maybe.
Alright.
It depends on if Slarkrithel wants him to die or not, pretty much.
Alright, Darley does it.
Alright.
Sure, fuck it.
So, Darley, make a perception check.
Okay.
Remember, too, you have Bardic Inspiration.
Okay. Do you want to use your Bardic Inspiration on that?
No.
Okay, good. That's probably a good thing. You're probably better off not knowing. So
that's not good.
You just got probed, buddy.
It reaches out and touches your forearm, and it just feels rubbery and weird. And suddenly,
it just feels weird.
Suddenly, Darley, your head feels light. You feel kind of lightheaded and slightly dizzy, and then you start to see a scene from somewhere else before your eyes, as if you're watching from a drone, basically.
Right, yeah.
Because Darley doesn't know what a scrying spell is, so it feels like you're watching from bird's eye view, sort of, but not super high, just like right above, like a drone or something. And you can see, it looks like a tropical island, kind of, and you can see a storm giant who has a beard and a weapon. Let me see if there's got to be a picture of him, right? Named NPCs. Storm giants. There we go. There, that's what he looks like. He's got a big ass beard.
Nice.
And he has a great axe, and he looks like he's in battle, and there are humanoids around him, and there's three of them that seem to be trying to stay outside of the range of his axe, and they're holding swords and axes and stuff, like ready to attack, but they're staying back because they're afraid to get hit by his axe. And you can see a robed, looks to be possibly human, who has tattoos on their face, and they're channeling. Looks like they're channeling a spell, and you can see magical tendrils that are wrapped around what you assume is Hecaton, around his leg, and he's trying to pull free and swing his axe around. And standing next to the person that is channeling the spell is a armored dragonborn with brass skin and one scarred eye. And around Hecaton you can see the corpses of two other storm giants who look like they were recently killed. And you see Hecaton blast a lightning bolt out of his offhand that doesn't have his axe. It just shoots out. It doesn't even seem like he's casting a spell. It's like he's pulling it from his body or something. And it blasts one of these cultists that was holding a greatsword and just launches him 30 feet backward, and they just fall in a clump. Just a smoking clump. And you see Rograx, the Dragonborn, shoots lightning out of his axe at Hecaton, and it just glances off of him and doesn't seem to have any effect. And he says, Hecaton says, "Tell your master her lightning doesn't have any effect on me." And Rograx, he puts aside his axe, and he says, "She's not my master." And he reaches down and holds up his pendant on his chest, which is the holy symbol of Tiamat. And as he does that, the two storm giant corpses start moving. One of them reaches up and grabs Hecaton's leg, and he doesn't see it coming, and starts pulling him down. And he starts trying to fight against it. Now both of his legs are restrained. And the other storm giant corpse comes up behind him, wraps its arm around his neck, starts trying to pull him down to the ground. And while he's trying to break free of these zombified storm giants, Rograx says, "Imrith is not my master, but she is my ally. She'll be happy to see you." And the spellcaster that's with him stops the spell they were casting before and casts another spell, and they concentrate on it for a while, and eventually Hecaton starts to sway and seems to fall unconscious or asleep. And there's still two zombie giants, like, basically latched onto his body. And you see more cultists descend around this unconscious giant body. And you hear the Dragonborn say, no, the spellcaster says, "Gather round, I can teleport 15, counting this giant." And he says, "How you can't teleport us there? I thought there was a magic block on the thing there, the pyramid." And the spellcaster says, "Yes, it would stop me from casting a spell there, but it won't stop the destination. I can bring it straight to Ascor, inside the top floor that we've prepared, and once we're there, the magic field will nullify everything, just like Imrith requested." And the Dragonborn looks a little worried, and he's like, "All right, don't mess it up." Which is ironic, since you guys literally, like, 5 minutes ago were worried about the exact same thing.
I will, as soon as they say the term Asquarel, I'll just start pulling the trigger on the Sigil of Demogorgon gun.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
Just
you,
start firing
Yeah,
random.
here's
you're
the
not.
thing, is like
You don't perceive any of this. This is all in
Darley.
Darley's head. So,
Okay, never mind.
Darley, you see the
This is all Darley.
spellcaster teleport, the giant and Rograx and a bunch of cultists, and there's more cultists left over, and then they all start looking around like, what do we do now? And then this sort of like a camera or whatever, the point of view that you're watching from, pulls back, and then pulls itself back into the water and starts pulling down into the dark depths of the water, and then this vision ends, and this creepy gliding black veiled person pulls their hand back and pulls away from you, and then just kind of stands there awkwardly. And you realize, Darley, that all of that vision that was put into your head all happened in an instant. So it takes a minute for Darley to process what he just saw.
I will try to draw from what Darley perceived and try to gain any more information than they can from what we collectively saw.
Are you going to try to detect his thoughts? Or are you going to have him describe it to you?
I will have it go even deeper than that. I'll try to have it describe the intimate thoughts of Darley.
I'm gonna have actor say, "Could I see as well?" To the robed figure.
They don't respond.
Take that as a no.
Now, what does Darley say?
He doesn't know.
Is Darley alive? Oh, you're muted. That's why.
Maybe he had to do something.
Whoops.
You're good.
Yeah, I did also.
So,
We almost
Okay.
retconned it to make you just go oof.
Yep.
oof.
OOF.
I saw Hecaton. Yeah. Yeah, it's him.
I see the entity that is known as Ekaton. I delve into its mind.
He was fighting cultists, and the one Dragonborn was there.
I delve into Rodgrax and the cultist's mind.
You get Inception into a vision into someone's mind.
God damn it.
They'll probably just end up.
How do I invoke the power of Christopher Nolan into this shit?
I mean,
I'm saying.
Probably do it, but you'll just start breaking your mind again.
My
theoretically,
mind is breaking.
theoretically, if you were scrying on this in real time, you could possibly go into one of their minds. But
Yeah. What do I roll for that?
well, it happened. This happened like 8 months ago. So
Right.
So I'm delving into the impetus of the mind of the person that is doing this. So I guess it'd be into Rograx's mind as he controls the, I don't know, the mind of the people that are supposedly acting in behalf of the Blue Dragonflight's mind.
What the heck are you talking about?
you would have to be able. You'd have to delve into him right now. You can't delve into him in a memory of the past.
Right.
Right.
So really, I can't actually tap into it at all.
You can tap into Darley's mind and watch it like a
You could-
video.
You
Right.
could do that.
But that doesn't give me much to work on, you know?
Right.
But But
really Hector's ideas more than mine, technically.
so
And it seems pretty clear that Slarkrithel felt sensed high level spells being cast, and he started watching it, and that's the information that he got from it.
right. So okay, remind me again. What's the Dragonborn's name? That guy.
Rograx.
Rograx. So Rugrats.
Yeah.
He.
God damn it.
So Rograx. He and the cultists defeated Hecaton and teleported him away.
Yeah.
Where did they teleport him specifically?
To a pyramid in Asgore.
Okay.
And any of you will have to make a history check to see if you know what Asgore is.
They went to a they beat him. They teleported somewhere. Talked about some pyramid.
I would rather run a history check on the name of the Kraken. I mean,
You can if you want. Ymir is the one that knew about Socrathel. But
True.
I think Hector and Kronos both have a pretty good chance of having read something about Socrathel before. But most people think of it as a myth, like a sailor's myth.
Dang, everyone rolled high here.
holy shit, Hector! Holy fuck!
He knows.
So, Hector, did you roll on Asgore or on the Kraken?
Now Asgore, yes.
God
Okay.
damn it, dude!
Asgore is the ruins. Asgore is ruins in the Anarok Desert. And
Oh,
with that high of a history roll, you would know specifically Asgore was part of a civilization that was conquered by the Netherese. Netheril.
Oh my god!
Netheril was a magic
This is-
empire of humans.
This is beyond the scope of what we care about. You son of a bitch! You're rolling 25 on history.
Yeah, that's what you get with the.
it's
That's what you get with the 25 on history.
That's right.
Netheril was a empire of human. They're the reason humans are the most dominant in this area, because they were a magical empire, and then they had a bunch of flying cities, and one of the first areas they conquered was the civilization. Essentially, it's an Egyptian kind of equivalent, and
Sure.
it was underneath their main cities was this civilization. Asgore was one of their main cities, and when the Netherese had some kind of shit happening, you don't know the details, but it caused the area to turn into a desert, and that mostly wiped out that civilization. And then when Netheril fell, and all of the cities literally fell to the ground and crashed, and they all died, that finished off that civilization. So now it's just ruins.
in the Anarok Desert. That's Emrith's domain too,
Yes.
which I would definitely know that.
Now let's go to the map.
Map.
Oh fuck!
This map has spoilers on it, but
This map is covered in spoilers.
I mean, look, it says right here, Imrith's lair, right there. But We're just-
Incredible.
we're just gonna say that Hector is an expert on dragons, and he knows roughly where Imrith lair's at.
God damn.
Sure.
Hector wouldn't want to go to Emrith's lair anyway, so he wants to.
Yeah,
So-
that'd probably be a bad idea.
Right there's the ruins of Asgore. It's actually right on the edge of the desert, and it's not very far from Citadel Felvar.
No, it's not.
Convenient.
The name of which is just going to immediately cause me to go into religious convulsions, in which my eyes are going to start peering into golden light, just start screaming. "Ah, Squaw!"
All right.
I'm going to thank the mysterious cloaked figure for the help.
They don't respond.
Yeah, I think Darley's still obviously very weirded out what he just experienced.
Hmm. I don't know if Tommy is here now that can hear, but because he was driving, but you can. Okay,
He's here.
I'm here. I'm on the
Ymir,
map and everything.
you would probably have a decent with your high insight and your expertise on psionics. You might gather potentially that this person who's here on the shore with you is essentially a puppet
Mm-hmm.
who is you being used to speak through.
That's what I figured.
That's fucked. I mean, in all accounts of the term, you are fucked.
And if
You're
anyone
literally Biden.
if anyone wants to, you can make a perception check on this figure, the speaker.
I refuse.
Let's do
Okay,
it.
sure. So, what does that total up to? Does Ector have Bardic Inspiration too? Oh, shit, I exited.
Perception.
Go
back. And a 70 for
Yeah,
I don't
sorry.
think we. Okay.
I guess I accidentally exited Discord or I just disconnected. Either way. Does Ector have Bardic Inspiration too?
Ector is not. It is only Ymir and myself.
So I actually, I don't know if I need it because I got, if I make a wisdom ability check, I can use my wild
Right.
talent, and so I did that. Plus, I used my
Bardic.
bardic inspiration, so that was a 5. So 7 plus 7 is 14
No,
plus
no.
5.
5 to the 7. And then you activate your Bardic Inspiration.
I'm
so you
broken.
get 12. But I'm just
So it's a 19.
first would actually be 12. And then plus 5 will.
Wait, add it to the check. Is it an ability check?
I
Or is it a...
believe it is
not-
a wisdom. Insight or what was it?
No, it was perception.
Perception is a wisdom ability check. So yeah, you were rolled 12, and then you would have added 5 to that because
But-
of your
I
Bardic
didn't-
Inspiration.
But I rolled a 7. I didn't roll a 12.
Well, you rolled a 7, then you added a 5 to your perception ability check, and then you added another 5 because
Oh,
of
I
these
see.
six added.
Well, how long does bardic inspiration last?
4 hours, I believe.
Oh, okay. Well then,
I'll
yeah.
check again. Yeah, 4
It-
hours.
Because it doesn't matter either way. Because I got my omen and that and my other thing. So
Right.
yeah.
So what
So
was your
it's
total?
It ends up being 7 plus 10, basically.
So what was the total?
Well, I rolled a 7, and then I rolled a d6 for bardic inspiration, which was 5, and then I rolled a d10 and got a 7. So that's like,
19.
yeah.
Okay. You can see what looks to be the front of the veil on this figure moving around slightly. As if there's something crawling around under it.
Oh,
Ew,
great.
so gross.
That's what you get with your perception check.
Nice.
Is it crawling or is it like tentacles on a face?
You don't know. All right. Well, um, I guess Uthor says, "Will you go there and see if he's there? See if this thing is telling the truth."
It would make sense if Imrith is pulling the strings. That's very close to her lair. And if she engineered this, it would make sense for her to keep him close at hand. Especially if there's some sort of a field that stops magic there. Which would explain why no one can scry him.
I hate to trust a kraken, but if there's anything I would hate more than a kraken, it's a dragon.
Well, the what I saw seemed real enough. I guess.
As Darley begins to doubt everything.
If it's true, you can find him there. You can get him out if you can, but if you know he's there, we can try to go there. Some of us can go on rocks and try to fly over there. It's probably dangerous, but if you can at least find out if this is true.
I think that's what are going to be our next goals, to find out if Hekaton really is there.
I'm sure
Yeah.
the princess and Hekaton, if you save him, will be very grateful. They will reward you. Hekaton has a lot of treasure. We gather a lot of treasure from sunken ships.
Before he can finish his sentence, I'm going to rip the epidermis from my body and expose the dermis to the sky and try to attune to the contact of their planes from Ector's book.
You can't. Hector has the book.
He doesn't have the book. You don't have the book?
Hector has the book, but you have to get it from him.
I will try to sleight of hand it while stripping the dermis from my skin.
Huh. Okay.
Be a 16.
I'm going to hasten cast suggestion on you.
Sure.
All right, what do you tell him to do?
Yeah, you gotta make your roll. Let's see what I got here.
Yeah, wisdom save.
Wisdom save?
Yeah, wisdom save versus 16.
Oh, I will use my. Actually, I didn't use it on myself, so 7.
All right, what do you suggest him to do?
I'm going to suggest that he lay down and take a nap.
Yeah, I'll take a nap.
All right, he falls asleep.
As he's, like he was starting to furiously rip off his epidermis,
Yep.
epidermal skin, and then he just falls asleep.
I think this one needs a nap.
Just
Alright,
imagining the giants staring at him, and Darley's like, "That's not even the craziest things he's done."
so this is pretty typical.
That's true. That's completely true.
He
There's
says,
nothing false about that.
I don't understand the ways of you small folk, but if you help us in this, I will be more willing to trust small folk in the future.
Yeah. And then I'll just start ripping my skin off and fall asleep.
All right, you're having nightmares about ripping your own skin out.
Very perfect.
So now, what do you guys want to do? Teleport, swim,
Yeah, I'm thinking.
hang out with this floating creepy guy?
No, we should probably. I think we're gonna go to the observatory first. Catch up with Morningwood, and then we'll head out from there to go to Asgore because that's where things.
I like how Morningwood is the crux of all of our decisions.
Yeah.
He is.
Well,
He
he's
is.
He is
they're
the
about-
party mascot now.
Yes.
Yeah, he's there all by himself, so he needs to know all this shit just in case we all die.
Did-
he can tell our
Did we
stories.
ever? Did we ever awaken the wolf or no?
No.
We never got to that. Some shit got in the way.
Yeah, there was other stuff
God damn
happening.
it. Okay.
That might have to be
Everyone
end
was
up being.
supposed to do, but
Yeah, that might have
Shit
to end up being like when Darley finally has time to rest or something.
Hey, sure.
I mean, I suppose we could go and like do that like right now, but the thing is like, you know.
is there any way that can overwhelm the suggestion halfway through and try to continue pulling the dermis off my skin to continue the ritual?
Not until you've completed his suggestion, so you have to
Got you.
take a nap.
All right.
You gotta take a
Yeah,
nap.
let me specify. You need to take a nap for 8 hours, is what I suggested.
8 hours.
Sure. And I will continue to pull my dermis off my skin.
So, all right, you guys teleport to the observatory. That's a pretty good place to stop.
I think so.
So why is Kronos trying to rip off his skin? Is this his
It's
madness?
important that I get extra planar information about our decision. Obviously.
You can do that without ripping off your skin.
No, it's you have to have sacrifices in order to gain information from the beyond.
Yeah, it's called use spell slots. You crazy
Right,
bastard.
but it's better to just use parts of your dermis in order to do that.
No, because you still have to burn spells. You're crazy. No.
Right. You could just, instead of burning spell slots, you could just burn actual matter from your body in order to do so.
No, it doesn't work that way. You still.
You don't understand how this works. Give me your book. Forever.
I've never given you my book again. You're just going slowly mad.
So the picture we're looking at is the glyph that we found on the purple rocks, right?
This is just a picture I found of a creepy shore that is
Sure.
basically what the purple rocks is like. Not exact.
I think this actually. Pretty sure this actually comes from the game The Shore.
It is, yeah.
So glyphs slightly submerging from the surface of the rocks.
Yeah. It's essentially what it looks like, yeah. Except for not whatever that thing is that's out in the mist there. It looks like it might be some kind of creature.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It could actually be Cthulhu, because the game is
Potentially.
Lovecraftian.
Who knows who you're talking about? Who knows what you're talking about? I don't see anything.
The
Even though in the bottom left corner is a Cthulhuan shadow, I refuse to believe what you're saying. And there's just nothing but shadows off of surfaces.
well, the campaign that I considered doing next was Call of the Deep, and it is completely centered around the purple rocks.
Oh God.
But instead, we're just gonna get a little taste of it.
Little taste. Whet our appetite.
By what you mean little taste is that Tommy and Carver have to actually be here for it. Alright.
And you know I'd already named this episode beforehand on the Twitch, guessing at what it might be, and I named it Dark Deals
You
Oh god.
got that right.
because there's been multiple of those happening today.
Yes, there have been.
Well, Hector
We technically
didn't.
haven't actually made any dark deals, right?
Hector didn't actually say yes or no to the guy, but you guys did
The
make
Red
a
Abishai, right?
yeah, but you guys did make a deal with the Kraken,
Fuck.
Yes, we
a
did.
super Kraken, basically.
Fuck.
A Kraken.
If we die, I blame you guys, not me.
Yeah. If I go through with my deal, there's definitely going to be an alignment change involved.
Fuck.
Are Krakens evil?
No.
Yes.
just-
Yes.
Yes.
They're just all they're all powerful. So it's like, are they evil? It depends on how they feel.
Well, Slarkrathel once is gathering a following to eventually become a god, because Krakens were
Why not?
ancient titans
sense.
that were cast out by gods or some shit like that, and a bunch
Exactly.
of
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
There are Titans that were denied the power of Titans, yet they still retain the power of the Titans from the deep, right?
Basically, the most powerful beings on this entire plane are the ones that have been involved in your campaign: Slarkrithel and Imrith and Cloth.
Yeah.
I know Cloth is like, he's like one of the biggest dragons ever because he's like unnaturally large and vivacious.
Well, he's also the less amount. I mean, to be honest, he was only in it for what we found in the Demi-Lich's thing. He was the one that cleared out the Demi-Lich's lair, but he's not even the one responsible for that. I mean, there was more responsible for even that. So he's even amongst the unknown players of the fucking campaign, he is still like third among, number one. So
Yeah, he's not close involved. He's just watching.
No,
Right.
and he probably wouldn't get involved unless he knew Aramith was getting in his territory because
Exactly.
he's not down with that shit.
exactly.
That's what provoked him to help you guys in the first place, as she went into his territory.
That's why Gaddath showed up. Right.
Yeah. The only thing on the planet that would match those three would be a Sararak down in the Tomb of Annihilation. So you guys just don't go down there and you're fine.
Yeah, don't go down there.
Don't go down there.
Also, this song is fucking legendary between me and Jordan. I mean, it is the opening to such a good part of this album. I don't even know. It's weird. This guy really likes tremolo. That's all I can say.
No, don't do it.
It's fucking amazing.
Is it just the song or is it that whole freaking compilation you had
It's
going?
this song and the next song, essentially.
Okay.
And just for fun, I'll show you guys the map of Asgore.
Oh, thank you. Here's Asgore for you.
Wait.
Just in case you wanted to go deep into the pyramids, we have a map for that.
Yeah, dude.
We have 4 ziggurats, 4 obelisks. What's out of the normal here? Nothing. All I know is that we have to get Ilmorith's skin, otherwise we can't have Darley's sub weapon to be the best that it can be.
That's not the worst part about Ascor. The worst part about Ascor is when you go there, it's immediately the Banjo-Kazooie desert music. All throughout the entire time you're there.
We'll have to play that next time.
Oh my god.
God damn it.
Well,
Damn it, Tommy.
we've been
You could have
cursed.
fixed all this.
What?
You were the fucking Megamind in all this.
Megamind.
What I do?
I'm just saying, what did you not do? That's all I'm saying. God damn it. Okay.
All I am is a mind, literally, physically.
Make a mind.
So I definitely made a dungeon that was like 5 times too long and had to cut it down. That's why I was asking you guys if you thought that last dungeon was too long or too short.
God damn it. Let me guess. It's this fucking huge pit here in front of the fucking internal fucking pyramid. This is what we're looking for?
Don't know.
Sure,
maybe.
we'll dive right in.
Mario World.
Well,
Super Mario 3. World 2.
the guy said he was teleporting into the top of the pyramid, but you have to figure out how to get in there.
He was teleporting into the top of the fucking weird cactus dudes that kept regenerating. What are they called? Can't remember. You'd attack them from the top, otherwise they would disappear.
Yep.
Wait, you're talking like...
I'm talking about original Super Mario 64,
Yeah. Gotcha.
where you had to like Goomba stomp the top of it, otherwise it wouldn't disappear.
Yeah.
And if you didn't actually do it before you actually entered into the area, you had to kill like Metal Mario before you could actually do it. Like it was a pretty insane area. I can't remember what the actual name of the area is.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about now.
Either way, I blame Hector.
Oh god. I see what's been queued.
Is it already that time?
No, it's not that
Damn it.
time yet. It's coming.
Good. Good.
Either way, I don't want to run it for Hector or Carver. I know he's gonna be coming back pretty soon, so.
No, you did it wrong. Oh no, you did it correctly. Never mind.
Okay.
No,
yeah.
we'll
Save
slow
it.
it down.
Yeah, save it for next time when we get to the
Yeah.
desert.
Yep.
Right.
I mean, I assume you guys will fuck around at the observatory with Morningwood for 3 hours, but then maybe we'll go to the desert.
Possibly.
We could
Maybe.
actually fuck around with it now. I mean, we technically have 8 minutes until 11 p.m. So I'll go ahead and observe through the observatory any kind of celestial signs, any celestial bodies that would.
You don't know how to use an observatory.
Neither do you. So I will.
I mean-
go ahead
Yeah.
and-
Ymir is
Well,
literally an
right.
expert on that. I mean, he doesn't have hands to
He's-
work it, but
He doesn't have hands to work it, so I'll do it for him. And what do I need to roll for that?
to figure out how a telescope works.
To figure out how a telescope works.
It's essentially lost technology, so I guess just an intelligence check.
I will use the last of my things, whatever you call them.
Inspiration.
I'll use my last of my inspiration to give it to Ymir. Oh wow, I got a 16 on my intelligence check. I don't know how to post it, but I got a 16 on my intelligence check, and I'll give the rest of my intelligence to Ymir, in case he wants to look through the observatory window.
Sure. You gonna hold me up?
Yes. I will turn my back to it, smoking a hashish pipe.
So now what do I need to do?
Intelligence.
Just flat intelligence?
I guess
or
intelligence just to figure out how the telescope works.
Intelligence with +8.
plus
Not
8?
very good.
You have. I will say that you do have bardic inspiration. So if you'd like to add a +6 to that, you can.
Well, I'm gonna use my cosmic omen first to add a d6.
Fuck. Oh my god! And then add the +6. Oh!
17. Okay.
Insane.
Um,
And then I get, what did you say? +8?
17
you already added the 8, right? Yeah, that's so 17. So
+17. Yeah.
you don't figure out exactly how it is powered or exactly how it works, but you figure out enough to move some pieces around to align it a little bit differently. And you do spot the thing that stands out to you is an eerie green star in the sky that
Ooh.
seems outside of normal constellations.
So is it a star that we've seen before, or is it a star that just appeared?
No, it's something that Ymir isn't familiar with his knowledge of different constellations.
Oh fuck.
But he's also not from this plane.
10,000
so,
years old. Right.
Like, he knows about the constellations here, but not as much as he might on his home plane.
This is important, guys.
Okay.
So we'll write this down and forget it. Again, you know.
Wait, hold on. I have another quick question.
Mm-hmm.
I should have thought about this first, and I'm really sorry that I didn't. If I'm gonna use this telescope, can I use guidance on myself?
Yes.
Because I have Wheel of Stars, I get guidance for free, and I didn't think about that.
Yeah, you can guide
Just
yourself.
fuck, bro.
I'm so smart, I can roll a 2 on my intelligence check and still have 20 total.
Done, dude.
Okay, so I don't know if that changes anything or not, but I
It
totally
does.
forget my guidance.
You think that this is possibly Netherese technology,
Okay.
and the full way to use it is either lost to time or would have to be discovered over trial and error.
Okay.
But you can move it around a little bit to around the areas that it was stuck at when you found it.
Cool. I bet my character's real like excited about this actually,
Hmm.
because it's
Yeah.
all like stars and constellations and stuff.
When they first found this place, I don't think most of them even knew that it was a telescope. They just thought it was a big hunk of metal attached to the roof. But Ymir would figure it out pretty easily.
Right.
The story was that this place was built by a lich or some other kind of dark wizard, supposedly. And then he was killed or disappeared, and a dragon took over and built a garden, and then the dragon apparently disappeared at some point, and then it was abandoned, and the dwarves found their way up there, and it was full of kobolds, and they killed them all, and they didn't really have anything to do with it, so they just kept it as like a safe house or something.
Nice.
And then they gave it to these idiots because they killed the
Idiot.
fire giant duke and then saved the king from yak folk skin changer assassins.
Right. Let's be honest. Like we saved the Earth.
I mean, he
I've
did
done that before.
a lot of good things for King Morin, so he's very much in your debt.
Right.
Nice.
But that's one of the things he offered was this place. He also offered to build a keep for you guys, but didn't seem to be your speed. If you want to become landed lords and spend 10 years building a keep and then manage your feudal farmlands for the rest of your life, you can do that.
I'll think about it.
He'll think about it.
Most likely, we're gonna have to act with Rick's abandoned. So
And the downstairs of this place has a bunch of empty rooms, but there's some leftover alchemy equipment and some other stuff down there. Some weird wizardy type stuff. And alchemist stuff.
Right.
I mean, basically, you're stuck in the same premise as the rest of us. So
I kind of
whatever you
want
decide to do is be.
I kind of want to make a horror one shot based around those stupid yak folk.
Yeah, dude.
It could be really scary.
Yeah, they could be.
God, that was so sick when you guys were trying to talk to the king and or the chief of the yak folk, and Kronos was off on the side seeing slave shit and he was freaked out, but you guys didn't know about it. And then
Yes.
the negotiations went south, so the guy slithered into Darley's skin and took over his body.
It was
Oh
good
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Like that was, to be honest, that was our best moment. Aside from Iron Slag, because Iron Slag was also our best moment, but only because of an NPC.
Yeah.
It's weird how it works, because like our best fight technically was before Iron Slag, was the Yak Folk village. But
Oh,
if you go back and watch, our best fight was technically Iron Slag, because we all made the correct decisions during that time, and then
Mhm.
Narbo just ended up being better than normal rolls. So we technically shouldn't have walked out of that alive, but here we are.
Yeah, the Grumsh has shined upon your fate.
Here, the one-eyed god has shined upon us. So
Right.
at some point we're gonna have to bring him back into it. If you guys weren't gonna bring him into it now, or
any point before now, I was gonna bring him in during the Feywild campaign.
No, there's
Where
already
you guys are about to lose to the Bear Hag. So
there's already a plan for him.
I believe it.
It's
Why
essentially
not?
it's
Right?
essentially built into the module. You just have
It's
to.
essentially built.
I just have to.
Jeez,
yeah.
He's a part
You'll-
of the module now.
You'll see what I'm
damn it.
talking about, but it's like a super obvious spot for it to
No.
happen. So
I refuse.
you'll
She'll
you'll
kill
see it pretty
Everett.
soon.
I'm sorry, Tommy. If you need to go back and watch that shit, it's the Iron Slike fight. It's not before the Iron Slike fight. It's at the Iron Slike fight. It's when we invite Narbub to it. It was kind of an accident, really.
Yeah.
He was a freed slave that
into
was
it,
a
like-
CR1 orc, and he kept
Exactly.
getting all the killing blows.
Yep.
He ends up doing like, I don't remember what it was. It was like 116 damage. We ended up calculating it before the Duke fight, and it was like 100 and something damage. I mean, he was very, very good for a CR1 mob. So
And every
Shit.
time you guys would reduce it down to like 4 health, and then it would be Narbub's turn next, and he would finish it off.
yeah,
And not just finish it off, he would just crit
Yeah.
a lot.
yeah. He hit a lot of crits for no reason.
Yep.
So
And
why not?
I think the Fire Giant Duke was CR16, and he got the killing blow on it.
Yep.
Well, not counting what you, because I'm pretty sure you actually elevated his challenge rating. Because you changing up
Oh,
those
yeah.
stats just to make it so that it would make sense, but Narbub just made it so it wasn't even a thing after that point.
Well, the Duke in the module is a Fire Giant, and that's it. But I took a stat block from the Dragon Nix. Drew knows what I'm talking about. It's a
Yeah.
a stat like a well-known homebrew supplement that's like extension to the monster manual, and has some stat blocks for giants, and one of them is the Fire Giant Duke. That's what it's actually called, and that's the one I use. It's a CR16.
Right.
It's a lot more interesting. It has different abilities, but I also use that for some of the Frost Giant stuff too. Had stat blocks from that.
Well, just in case any of you, like I said, want to use any of the music that you found from Storm King's Thunder, at least from this, the lyrics are pretty good. For instance,
this is-
Uvaxi Gungex says, oh my god. Never mind. This shit's fucking deep, dude. Like I said, me and Jordan have been just delving deep into this shit. And we don't speak the language, but holy shit. Do they make fucking good fucking dungeon music?
Like this music right here, for instance, is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, this is the same thing as Unio Somitamen Soe, which is classic, right? Just in case you want to make people feel like shit.
Everybody say goodbye to our massive amount of Twitch viewers.
Yes.
My
yes.
guys.
Yeah,
Sorry.
see ya.